We got Elijah Schaffer here.
Yeah.
How's it going, brother?
There's been a lot of money going around right-wing politics.
Yeah, I heard.
A lot of money. And
yeah.
I don't understand where it's coming from and stuff. I just got a Maserati. They're not one of the cheap ones that black people drive, but
the Corvettes.
Yeah. I got one of the good ones, and I just want to say it. Life has never been better, man.
I'm kind of pissed because they ain't give me no money. Like, why y'all just giving the money to the white folks?
And here you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. 5% of Haiti's entire population has been relocated to the United States.
I did not know that.
5%, which is about probably their average standardized test scores too when they're in school. So we're talking about. I mean, their IQ is 67. You can really define who's woke by who's trying to attack you for being a morally bad human being, rather than attack your ideas or prove you're wrong. You can't be retarded, I mean, and I am, but there's levels of it. Look, you can hate white people, but they built pretty damn amazing places to live.
I don't think you should be able to hate white people.
Yeah, it should
Without
be
white
illegal.
people, I wouldn't be here.
You're right.
If white people left, I would leave with them.
Yeah, we're
If
also
I paint myself white, I wear a blonde wig and everything. I get a 1776 tattoo right across my face.
Back in the 50s, less than 10% of high schoolers had experienced a depressive episode. Now it's over 90%. Okay, people are unhappy because there's no collective identity. And when you don't have identity, you don't have direction. When you don't have direction, then you get no motivation. When you have no motivation, you become susceptible and open to indoctrination. And when you're indoctrinated, you begin to take on identities that are outside of your design and outside of the parameters to which you were designed to comprehend. Let's cut the bullshit, okay? You can criticize Israel. You can criticize the Zionist, manifesto. You can care more about America first and our manifest destiny and our God-given rights than you do about another country. And you're not a hateful person. You're just a patriot, okay?
I'm a fan of it.
Me too.
Big fans. Yeah, I was just misunderstood, y'all. Totally cool with y'all.
Me
For
too.
my shows, if I offended any Jewish people, man, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I am sorry.
I'd like to formally apologize to all the Jews out there.
Yeah, we got Elijah Schaffer in the house today.
I think he's a white supremacist.
Yeah, but before we get to him, we got to go to our sponsors. The prices of everything is high as shit.
It's high as hell.
Yeah, we all know it's because of inflation. It's much worse than our politicians want us to know. Yeah, and when the collapse comes, and because it will, these rich assholes will only get richer. We want to make sure we give y'all some help before this shit goes down. The good white people at Genesis Wealth Company have put together a comprehensive wealth guide to help protect your assets tied to our failing dollar. Go to GoldRushPatriot.com and let our friends at Genesis Gold help you get prepared today. And the best part about this guide, it's 100% free. Tell them the Hodgetwins sent you. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of what the fuck we call it?
Hodgetwins podcast.
This is episode 32.
Yeah.
We got Elijah Schaffer here.
Yeah.
How's it going, brother?
I'm feeling really, really good. I don't know if you've seen recently, but there's been a lot of money going around right-wing politics.
Yeah, I heard.
lot of money, and I honestly I just don't understand. Where it's. I don't understand where it's coming from and stuff. But I feel like, I just got a Maserati, not one of the cheap ones that black people drive, but
the Corvettes.
Yeah. I got one of the good ones, and I just want to say it. Life has never been better, man. So thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming. Man, I did not know you had a degree in molecular biology.
Molecular.
I can't even say this shit.
Molecular.
Molecular. How you say it now?
Molecular malology. We could call it. We're not even drinking. We're drinking some good green shit right here. That's not even.
Right.
There's not even any Tito's in this yet, but this is good.
Right.
Yeah, my background is in molecular biology and also.
So I said it right. Molecular.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm a different kind of autistic. You know what I mean? So I can't sit in a lab with Asians all day and pretend to be enjoying myself. Because we're doing. People don't know this. I'm kind of sadistic in the terms of. I don't really like animals, which is why I'm a big supporter of bringing more Haitians to Ohio,
Jesus Christ.
No, I had to kill a lot of animals. I did a lot of surgeries and I had to decapitate and just unfortunately end the lives of a lot of experiments on animals. And so so I got a sort of a hard heart, and that's why I'm a big Kamala supporter. I love immigration and watch your pets, you know what I mean? Because they're eating them out here too. So crazy stuff, bro.
That's crazy, man. Haiti, I mean, we should have had some. Man, that place is rough.
Yeah, have you,
Did you see?
it's trash everywhere.
It is so
It's like they don't
dangerous.
believe in trash cans.
No, it's worse than that.
It is so dangerous there.
Do you guys know Drew Hernandez, the journalist?
Yeah.
Okay, Drew Hernandez posted today. He said this.
He went there?
Yeah, listen.
Why the fuck would you go there?
Listen.
Everybody's leaving that time you come here. Why the fuck would you go to Haiti?
Exactly. Leave it up to the Protestants. They've been doing crazy shit for like 500 years.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I like them. But like, listen, I was like, I thought it was bad.
Yeah.
It's way worse. He said, listen, I've been to Haiti on mission trips. I've been to some of the hardest villages and communities in the nation where thousands of people share a tiny well of water for a month. Okay, sounds pretty what I thought it was. Yeah. I'll never forget my first night when the clock struck midnight. Out of nowhere, you hear an uprising of thousands of people, the entire city all around you chanting and screaming, led by 4 to 5 witch doctors throughout the city. From 12 p.m. to 4 a.m., they sacrifice animals and eat them alive to survive. I can hear cats, dogs, pigs, you name it, all screaming and being slaughtered throughout the night. So to hear reports of Haitians doing this kind of stuff in Ohio is no surprise to me. And I'm like, damn, I mean, that sounds like a party, right?
It sounds like an episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Except this is scarier because it involves blacks and nightwalkers. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
I had no idea Haitians was up in Ohio until this story broke.
You didn't know about the whole intentional relocation the last 15 years. Obama started it with the Eastern Africans, right? So that's why you have. What's her name?
Ilhan?
Yeah, you have Ilhan Omar, right?
Yeah.
They put all the
Somalians.
Ethiopians and Somalians over there. So you go over there, you know what I mean? And you got to order your rides and clicks and clacks, you know what I mean? It's like...
We had a show in Minnesota a while back, and I remember the first time we went, and then the second time I went, it was like totally different. It's like the whole...
No, we just didn't get out. Yeah, there's a lot of people dressed in... Where's she from? Somalia?
Yeah.
They was dressed in their
Somalian garb. It was like curtains and stuff.
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid, like people, dressed in their pajamas sometimes to school and they're lazy. Now they wear their bedding, you know what I mean? They don't
This
bring their
episode
bed.
is getting bad. We're like horrible together.
Yeah, bro, like I'll be buying these girls blankets to match their sheets, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to buy them.
Hey, but they're going to make them citizens, right?
Well, yeah, so here's...
They're going to vote.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, this is the patriotic duty. I think there's nothing more American than to be an illegal and vote for your country, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty remarkable because what happened is now 5% of Haiti's entire population has been relocated to the United States.
I did not know that.
5%. Which is about probably their average, standardized test scores too when they're in school. So we're talking about. I mean, their IQ is 67, which is like, this is what I was gonna say, man.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for African Americans because there's a lot of good people out there that are trying hard or have been trying hard for decades to sort of break stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
And they've been
Good
trying.
luck with that.
Yeah. Well. Here's the problem is like, and there are different IQs in Africa. Like there are some countries where there are differences and they know that sub-Saharan versus Northern, Eastern, it's a very different mindset. But when you start importing 100,000 people with a 67 IQ, I don't know if you know, but the insurance rates have doubled in Springfield because they're getting cars.
Right.
Hey,
They're getting cars.
I saw
Kevin,
that on TikTok.
you knew a guy from Haiti in the military.
Yeah, I met a guy from Haiti. His name was Desir.
I was going to say disease. I was like, there's a lot of that going on there. Sorry.
His name was Desir. He's a real cool guy.
Okay,
man. Real nice guy.
Very cool.
He was a joy to be around, right? He had this great personality, and everybody loved him, right? And
Well, he was an American, right?
no, he was an immigrant.
But he became an American, right?
Yeah, he became a
They
citizen.
let him
yeah.
join the military.
Yeah.
Marine Corps.
So I'm in my MOS training, which is the job you're going to do in the military. So, and I
Motor
was a
T?
truck driver, motor transport, right?
Okay.
So,
Like
Desir-
Tim Walz level service here.
yeah,
You should become a Democratic vice president, bro.
Right.
Congrats.
He's going to be a truck driver.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But the dude never
Shoot.
drove before. So we're in the Humvee driving, right? And this dude was running red lights, stop signs. He was just going in and he was going through crosswalks, everything. It was crazy. And the instructor, I was in the back seat, and the instructor pulled and said, "Man, what the hell's wrong with you?" And he started talking to him. He said, "Wait a minute, where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Haiti."
I'm from Haiti. Well, so you're saying he's one of the best drivers in all of Haiti. I mean, that's honestly, that's unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think they have stop signs or anything. It's
Yeah,
just
he
all-
said they don't have stop signs or red lights, but this is what happened this year.
Or boundaries, I mean, these people they get right up in your space, bro. They don't make appointments. You know what I mean? Like they show up.
Right. So,
So,
he was
sorry.
such a bad driver.
Yeah.
They kicked him out of motor transport school. They made him a cook.
How do you get kicked out of the military?
He was like the world's worst driver.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, can I
like
just
a
tell you?
cultural.
Now, it's not just driving that they're the worst at. Now, if you kind of take every other job, you're kind of going to get the same thing, right? Red lights mean stop or go. That means you have to follow basic commands.
Right.
And I think people don't understand this. You cannot take somebody like in Haiti. Remember, they killed all their white leaders. They had a genocide, right? They kicked out and killed. This is like a Rhodesia, South Africa level revolt.
Right.
So what happens is they said we want to govern ourselves. Now, I don't want to get into the ethnicity of the current family and man who currently controls their main port of entry and is in charge of all the human trafficking. I'll just let you know there's a lot of them also controlling industries in the United States. But anyways, I digress.
I know you're talking about. You even got to say it.
Yeah. I'm just
Those
leaving
people are
it.
powerful.
They're so powerful that if you criticize them on YouTube, you will get demonetized and a strike and your video taken down to ensure you that they're not in power, right? Rest in peace, Candace Owens. You know what I mean? This is just true. Lastly, when you actually talk about this, I don't feel bad for these people because what this is this weird empathy where, look, if you killed all the white people in America, America would become just like Haiti. Yeah. I mean, you know, JOP says the truth. It's like, look, you can hate white people, but they built pretty damn amazing places to live.
I don't think you should be able to hate white people.
Yeah, it should
Without
be
white
illegal.
people, I wouldn't be here.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
I wouldn't be here if white people left. I would leave with them.
Yeah, we're
If
also
I paint myself white. I wear a blonde wig and everything.
I get a
Also-
1776 tattoo right across my face.
also too. We're not allowed to hate on white countries like Russia, Serbia.
This is real, man. It's got white people on it.
I'm just
Founded
saying.
this country.
Just saying, it'd be unfortunate to ever speak negatively about certain countries in the eastern sphere of the.
I don't want to say. I love being a conservative influence.
Thank you very much. You know, we were, by the way, when I did stuff like that, you were supposed to give me the money after the show. not right on air. You weren't supposed to incriminate me, but hey, it's crazy. The more we talk about that kind of stuff, it just keeps showing up. $100,000 a week. Me and Dave Rubles, you know what I mean? He's
Let me in
he's
on
doing
this.
okay.
Tell him you got two black friends. You wanna make sense.
We conservative too, yo.
It's crazy, man. It's not a lot of work, 8,000, 9,000 views, and then 10 times that's the dollars you get, It's good shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm enjoying it, man. It's a lot easier than what I had to do, which was like cuck to Israel. You know what I mean? And so then now that I'm past that stage, this is a lot easier. And I feel like it's kind of nice because at least we're in the age now where I feel like universally now, black and white people in America are uniting on two fronts, right? Originally, it was just like, hey, there's the same people that are controlling everything that are pitting us against each other, destroying our communities and kind of ruining our lives. And now we both just hate black people again because, the Haitians, it's like, I don't think any African Americans are down with that. I don't think... You know what I mean? They're like, now you guys get what we've been feeling the entire time. You're like, these people are not like us. I'm just saying though, but it's true. It's like I feel bad for African Americans because
You get that straight from Kendrick Lamar. They're not like us.
it's true, man. But I'm saying this is setting things back because we already had black people here, and there's already this divergence of of culture, this separation that you already have that's a bit odd, right? You have black people on the serious note. With pressure from their own community. If you ain't black, right, you're not acting black. And then you have, pressure in the white community to hate yourself and to pretend like you want to start a mission in South Chicago and get murdered, you know?
It's funny. I'm black. I'm black, and I still don't understand what that means.
What, you ain't black?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't black.
And
bro.
I ain't
I'm
acting
telling-
black. I was like, what does that mean? They can't even tell me.
What, you ever seen about a wigger?
Who?
Like a wigger? You ever met a wigger?
Yeah, I heard
Like
of those.
Yeah. Well,
I see that. I'm so fascinated when I see that.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know.
Rap
I was
music?
like, oh my God, this shit went airborne?
It's like
White people catching it now?
it's Novid. It's just with an N, right? You just catch the N. It's like start rapping.
I first came across that. It was on CNN about the conservative influencers getting paid.
Yeah, want to talk about that?
Yeah, what is it? What's behind that? Like it said, Laura Chin got fired.
I'm kind of pissed because they ain't give me no money. Like, why y'all just giving the money to the white folks?
And for denying that, here you go.
Thank you.
Thanks. They're definitely not getting money.
Putin, man. I tell you
This
what.
is
Putin's
true.
a good man.
Oh man, this life's getting good. Okay, that's a crazy story.
Yeah.
So There's a lot of interesting angles. I mean, let's start with this. First of all, I like how you call her Laura Chen, as if she's a white girl. Or like it's like Lauren Chen, right?
Yeah,
So-
how'd she get a name like that? I was thinking it was an
Clearly.
Asian woman.
Yeah, clearly, me so not happy. But she's half white, I think, half Asian,
Oh, okay.
right? So like,
That's
yeah.
like me. I'm half black. That's why I'm
Yeah.
black. I got an Asian.
Okay.
I got an Irish name, you know.
So she's half smart and then half matters. But you know the point is like sorry, but when you look at this, so basically what I know to happened, and I'm gonna be careful to not cause any problems for anybody. But I can kind of trace the story back a few years. A few years ago, I was approached by RT Russia Today and was offered a lot of money to work for them. Yeah. I've been open about this, and so I was offered a lot of money, and I was offered. So I was out in Australia, and if you know about this, America thinks they're at war with Russia, but they're not. But I've been living in Australia, which is a bit of a different. I'm a resident there, or whatever. I'm not a citizen, but my family is. My son's a dual citizen, whatever. Okay. That means he should run for Congress, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a pre-factor. You got to be a dual citizen. So while I was there, Russia approached me. I ended up getting invited down to speak at a protest in Sydney, which turns out was funded entirely by Russia, which I have. I should put up pictures, by the way. I spoke at a protest against false imprisonment, and then everyone was like holding up signs of Putin, and I was like, oh shit, this is cool. Yeah, that was really cool. I really liked it. So I went up and I spoke, and because Australia has a Russian journalist imprisoned inside of the Russian consulate, just like you have any of these other guys who have been arrested, these Americans, right, who are out there, or British people or whatever, who kind of expose things. So there was a Russian journalist who ended up exposing some of the corruption of Australia and Russia, and sort of was speaking fondly of Russia. And then they seized his car, they raided his home, and then tried to like lock him down, stole his passports. So he abdicated to the Russian consulate, and he's stuck there in prison right now, and the Australian government won't let him out. And so, I was obviously very sympathetic to that.
Yeah.
And Russia thought that meant I wanted to work for Putin, So
I mean, he pays well.
dude, you're learning fast, bro. This is easier than slavery, bro. We all make money. You know what I mean? This is better. I don't have to catch no one. You know what I mean? This is good. No, but sorry. So on the serious note, so they no one ever knows I'm a serious journalist because every time I go on a show, it's like completely just fucking out the window, you know?
Right.
No, so he abdicated. His he goes by Ozzy Cossack. His formal name.
Cossack.
Yeah. He goes by Ozzy
Nutsack.
Cossack. Yeah. He's Australia's busting his balls. He's got a different name. I just don't want to give it out here because of like the security reasons for him.
Yeah, keep him safe, you know.
Yeah, well, I defend journalists. I don't care who you're loyal to. It's like you have the right to be spreading information. I don't want the espionage shit. Right. And then, so I spoke there, and then I ended up meeting with like a billionaire. Ended up, talking with Sputnik Radio. Ended up talking with RT, and I got offered.
Shit.
Yeah, and the craziest part is the job I got offered allowed me to make content, make extemporaneously more than you would ever get paid from any like. Might be like challenging your guys' income from like your shirt company or something. You know what I mean? Which is, which is crazy. Like it's like I might actually be doing like better than anyone I know. Kind of like what we just saw right now, getting like $100,000 a week for like 10,000 views. That's crazy. like you're getting paid $10,000 per 1,000 views on your video.
Yeah.
Like that's
that's good money right there.
What do you call it? A CPM?
Yeah, that's the best CPM I ever heard.
YouTube can't
Hey,
match
a
that.
$1 good at this point for conservatives, right? Per 1,000 views.
Yeah.
So and so I spoke to them. Then what happened was they invited me to go meet Putin and the government.
You got to meet Putin?
No. Well, I didn't. They gave me a diplomatic visa. So I got a diplomatic visa because you couldn't really get in, and they bought me flights to Dubai, and then we're gonna get me in. And then some really smart person called me and was like, "Hey, you were in Nancy Pelosi's office on January 6th." I went, "Oh shit, yeah." You're under investigation currently from the FBI for wiretapping. And I went, "Yeah," and they go, "You shouldn't take diplomatic money and trips to Russia because that shit. They're looking for." This was last year, by the way. It was like he's like ahead of the election, they're going to look to make people look like they're taking money from Russia. I was like, well, I'm not taking money from Russia. I'm literally like I was going. They were going to give me an interview with his what's his name, the second in charge. I forget his name. He's the guy. He's always the military guy. And like not that I'm getting paid for pretend like I don't even know what I'm talking about. Shit. But I was like, so I didn't take it. So this is to clarify on here. I've never taken a single gift or dollar from Russia. I was in communication with them. And I didn't think about the severity of this. So kind of talking about this situation, you know, I know some people that do work with them even to this day. I got offered money from Russia, we'll talk about later, just last week, which was crazy to spread disinformation in the country, which was a really? But let's stay on the Tenet stuff here. But basically what I was going to say is during this time when Tenet was founded and started, all I know is that Russia today was trying to offer a lot of Americans a lot of money. And the guy that told me on the phone said, like, that's what he said. Like, bro, our election's next year. You don't think this shit has anything to do with the elections? And that's why I want to give Lauren Chen the benefit of the doubt and why I'm not attacking her. Is because people are acting like she nefariously took money from a foreign country. But here's what I want to say. I thought you couldn't be a conservative commentator without taking money from a foreign country. So
I know. I was like, what, this is a new thing or something?
I thought it was like a prerequisite. I think you couldn't be VIP at Turning Point without that. You know what I mean? Like I thought
That's some of the biggest donors from foreign countries.
Yeah, I thought like you don't just get a meet and greet with Charlie Kirk. He grabs your ass a little. You know what I mean? Like you get a deeper. I like him too, but like I thought we were gonna get deeper.
You can't do it Russia, but Israel's perfectly good.
Well, because they're our greatest ally. Yeah. So
okay.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So they're incredible. They're so
That's
incredible.
right. Putin's our enemy and Israel's our ally.
Yeah, because the white Christian country that worships Jesus Christ and is trying to keep, you know, degeneracy and homosexuality from affecting children is the bad guys. And then the gayest country in the Middle East that likes to kill children and outlaw Christianity is our allies. I'm tracking, brother. I need that money too. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I'll start keeping that narrative.
I feel some more money coming in right now.
I'm like, I'm waiting it, bro. I need to wear a Star of David on the next podcast.
Hey, you think they hiring any niggas over there?
Dude. Sorry. It's yes.
I mean, I'm conservative too, you know.
Well, we're all niggas to them. Those are the people. I'm not joking because they call us the goyim, right? That's the mentality. So, like, to me, but what I was gonna say is this is where I'm saying the benefit of the doubt is I had somebody who was wise tell me, hey, this might have to do with election influence. Don't be naive. Just because, you know, maybe you even align naturally with the government there more with your own government, your government's going to try to push you as a spy or an operative. Right. So I didn't take the money. I knew a couple other people, which I won't out here. I'm more open about this, but I told them don't take the money. And I know a couple more people who, I will say this, I don't know anyone. Let's rewind that. Neither do you, or do you. We don't know anyone else. There's no one in America taking money from the Russian government. All I was going to say is, there's nobody. But it's a very common thing to take money from foreign governments. Qatar's offered me $10,000. I got an Israeli PAC offer me thousands of dollars recently this year. It was a whole IDF thing that I blew the lid off of to lie. That was completely fine, and that's promoted. But this one is wrong, and to me, it's a boogeyman. You know, and they just want fall guys to push Russia collusion in case Trump wins, so that they can then say that Trump was influencing the election, and or so they can censor everyone. If Kamala wins, then they can take everyone down, Benny and Tim and anyone who's been on the show, and they can say Ramaswamy, you know, he was a guest and now he's an op, and I don't know. To me, it's bullshit. All of it.
It's all bullshit.
Is Lauren, but is Lauren in some serious trouble though because of that, or
very much so?
Really?
Yeah, I know
she's gonna be getting a ticket to Russia, a one-way ticket.
Well, I know she's had to flee. That's all I can explain. I just know she's in danger. Like I know her physical life is in danger. Like I'm not joking with this. Okay, like I'm not joking. Her physical life and safety is okay. Yeah,
you've been joking this entire time.
Bro, when it comes to this topic, we know when not to mess around. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. No, but I meant she's so. I gotta give like a warning. Yeah, here's the you need. You need some.
It looks better with this wrapped around it.
Bro, we're putting it all on red, bro. No pun intended. You know what I mean? We're putting that on red army, bro. No. So she's in genuine danger. Taylor Hansen, the journalist that worked for them, had his YouTube deleted. Right now, here's my question. The only outspoken anti-Zionists that worked for Tenet that were openly against Israel were Lauren Chen and Taylor Hansen. And they're the only people who have so far received public repercussion for their association. Everybody else involved has not. And I want to caveat that by saying that is not me advocating for anyone else to receive punishment. I'm not like, so then, prosecute everyone. God forbid. I don't want them to do anything to Benny. I don't want them to do anything to Tim or Lauren Southern or any of these other guys.
Pretty deep, huh?
And, I'm a fan of Israel.
Me too.
Big fans.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. Just blow them away. Put a big fan.
Yeah, I was just misunderstood, y'all. I'm totally cool with y'all.
And from my shows, if I offended any Jewish people, man, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I am sorry.
I am. It's like the teleprompter. I'd like to formally apologize to all the Jews out there. No, it's true. I have a Jew at my show tomorrow night. He'll apologize for me. He says he's coming on. You know, that's like he's my token. But no, Mark Lobliner is fantastic. I love that guy. He's great, right?
Oh, Mark Lobliner?
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
He's coming on tomorrow night on my show in Florida. You should watch it. Slightly offensive. It's a good show. You could be one of the 11 people that watch it every night, so that'll be really good. This is serious trouble, man. Because what it is what's really happening isn't what they're trying to portray as happening.
Right. Yeah.
And what I think is more interesting was that the three main people who on the right adopted the story firsthand, they're very large accounts. One of them runs a publishing company. They all happen to be Jewish. Okay, the three people who ran on the right that ran ops against them. It was a coincidence. And people, will accuse me of like, I don't know why I get accused of like implying something when that's just the truth. Okay, like that's just the reality. And I've been tracking the story for my publication, and we've been writing about this, and I've been having to keep the facts in line. And no one's calling me a liar here. So it just seemed interesting that it's gone down this order. However, before I go conspiratorial, all I've wondered is, did Lauren and Taylor have Tenet branding maybe on their pages, which is why YouTube was justified in taking it down? Like they had the branding of the Russian op media, and maybe Tim and Benny didn't have any branding, so they kind of like skirted it. Yeah. So maybe it's not conspiratorial. Maybe it's not intentional, but it doesn't negate the fact of who ran with the story and started accusing them of being traitors first. And one of those Jewish guys came out and said that anyone who has their views, which is my views, obviously, but anyone who has my views or these real right-wing views are probably paid Russian ops. And so there's a deeper thing here going. And he even said, you don't even want to associate with these people. You don't even want to, they're a liability. Right. And so what we saw is the right wing was getting more and more based, and they couldn't stop it. And then all of a sudden now being based means you're being paid by Russia. But who's pushing that narrative? It's people on the right, and by people I mean Jews. So and that's a weird perspective. So the left is not pushing that. They're pushing you're a Russian agent, Right. You're trying to sow division. It's divisive politics. But the right is going, people who are like this, Fuentes adjacent, Lauren Chen's, Taylor Hanson's, like based white Asian people. Yeah. You guys are paid Russian ops, and it's to bring the litmus test for what is acceptable. It's to gatekeep, right? So you get a lot of these, like the CEO of Babylon B, and you get that one, I don't know, that pseudo-intellectual guy. He's like an atheist. You get like this evolutionary biologist, Colin Wright, and these people that are like creating this new like gatekeeping where they're now calling everyone who is truly conservative and cares about their country the woke right.
Yeah.
Right? But they're the woke right because they're the liberals, right? They're all the liberals, and they're nice guys. I like a lot of these guys. They say a lot of great things.
I like liberals. I just can't stand progressives.
Yeah. I like liberals, just not around me. But, it's like they make good burgers and great beer, but you know what I mean? It's like $25.
And their women are screamers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And their boyfriends,
their
boyfriends like to watch.
Hey. They say cuckolding's only bad if you're in the wrong seat, right? So it's like, it's like you're in the wrong position. So no, but I was gonna say, like, it is remarkable to me though. And Lauren is going down as a fall girl. The Blaze fired her. They have a tendency of doing that to people. Yeah. And I don't like the fact that a network would fire someone without, like, suspend them maybe, whatever, suspend them. But firing someone without conviction.
They must have seen the evidence.
But also too, I just don't like that the right ends up. We're just as bad as the left. I want people to realize that it's not a joke.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like we discriminate for different reasons. We are corrupt from different country investments. We also have cancel culture. We also have woke gatekeepers. It's just that they do it while using their normal God-given pronouns. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like their hair. I'm just saying
we're both hypocrites.
Yeah, they do it with normal hair colors, and but it's still the same thing.
Yeah, like when they kicked out porn star out of PPS USA, I was like, dude, she spent all that money. She acted like she was doing a meet and greet line or something when she was in the bathroom.
So I was in line for no reason. I thought
they were treated like she was cutting glory holes in the damn bathroom.
I was looking. Someone said it was happening.
She's like, where's the glory holes at?
I was like, wait a minute. Y'all kicking out. Who the hell recognized who she was?
That's my favorite part. It's like, bro, that's the star of Backdoor Sluts 9. You're like, hey, there's a ninth one? It's like, shit, man. Yeah, that's why I was laughing too, because I walked by and someone's like, you know who that is? I was like, the biggest rack I've seen in 2 years. No, they're like, that's whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, you got to be pretty far into that adult content category to like know people by name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you got her fleshlight or something too? You know what I mean? You got a custom mold.
You got
like,
a lube.
Yeah. It's like buy a brand. Like that's a next level, right? There's like
Right.
people who like, I think we all agree, men are horned up, and it's better to like keep that between a man and a woman. Like, any of this artificial stuff is like a psyop. But as men, we still fall into stuff all the time. And the majority of men do look at this stuff. But to like know people's, like to have like, your tabs and terabytes, and now we're having problems. You know what I mean? Go see a priest. Like this ain't a vice anymore.
Right.
This is an addiction. And it's like, and it's the worst part is like half the kids knew who she was.
Yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
and they're like 15, and they're like,
I bet there's a bunch of hard-ons walking over. Oh, there she is, man. I knew she was going to be here.
she puts the V in the VIP in my VIP. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put the P. It's a P in the V. It's too adult content, man. We can't do it. No, but it is
crazy
that.
they kicked her out, man.
Yeah, for what? Because then it's like basically most right-wing influencers are basically just like porn stars without the shamelessness to do the porn, right?
Yeah. Right.
All these girls, it's like they're they've got their bikinis on and their crosses on, and it's like, who needs forgiveness, me or you? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell's going on here? I ain't complaining, but I'm just saying.
When I heard that story, I was like, wait a minute, these people act like they don't watch porn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, that's the best part. It's like, well, who was it that recognized? Was it the person that kicked her? Like, hey,
Kick him out. He knew who
this is
she
her.
was.
Like, open the tab. Wait a second. Go to last night's tab. It's the same person. I've seen those before. It's like,
You got to get out of here, kid.
like, but it's that same thing too, where like I feel like we are dividing ourselves because. There are real operations, there are real issues, but also what I've been seeing, because we're in an election year, I don't know if you saw that Tim Pool interview on this issue with Ben Shapiro.
I haven't seen it. No.
You didn't watch it?
Nah.
Ben, you've got to have seen the clip at least from, I watched the whole thing. Ben
Can you put it
Shapiro.
up, Joe?
Yeah, did you see Ben Shapiro is interviewing Tim Pool?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Now, by the way, Ben Shapiro and I have studios like within 5 minutes of each other. Okay.
All right.
I always got to live next to him. It's like it's an obsession. It always happens on accident. I always end up opening up a studio like right next to him. Right. Jews make bad landlords great neighbors. You know what I mean? They keep their places clean. So like I was like chilling, and I'm there, and I'm watching the interview, and he's talking about the dangers of like, hey, you're not a Russian op. Like, we shouldn't be having foreign allegiance to foreign countries. And it's like a whole segment. And then he cuts to an ad for how Americans can use their resources to support Israel. Because now no more time than ever to send our money to Israel to like get Israel crafts so they can bomb more kids in weddings, And you're like, that's some shameless shit right there.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I'm not even that shameless with my advertisers. You know what I mean? Like, I have like standards at least.
You got a moral compass.
Yeah. And it's like pretty remarkable though. Like I end up looking at this stuff, and it does. I don't know if we can bring up the clip, but it was more than ironic. And so I feel like the hypocrisy in our movement is what becomes the biggest issue. It's not the fact that somebody's taking money from a foreign country. It's that if you're doing it from the wrong country. I think we do have the clip here that we can play. Watch. This is crazy.
Straight into get entangled in whatever it is she's accused of being involved in.
Folks, our friends in Israel need our help now more than ever. If you're looking for a tangible way to support the Holy Land, you need to check out Artza Box. Artza brings the essence of Israel right to your doorstep. Every 3 months, you receive a carefully curated collection of authentic Israeli products, a treasure trove of handcrafted gifts, beautiful artwork, delicious foods, aromatic spices, and more. It's like taking a journey through the land of the Bible without even leaving your home.
No, this is real.
It's
by the way.
frustrating to get entangled in whatever it is she's accused of being involved in.
It was real.
Folks, our friends in Israel need our help now more than ever. If you're looking for a tangible way to support the Holy Land, you need to check out Artza Box. Artza brings the essence of Israel right to your doorstep. Every 3 months, you receive a carefully curated collection of authentic Israeli products, a treasure trove of handcrafted gifts, beautiful artwork, delicious foods, aromatic spices, and more.
That is
It's like taking a
crazy.
journey
That's
through the
bizarre.
land of the
Isn't
Bible
that crazy?
without even
Yeah.
Like that to me, it's that's why I feel like we're in a simulation.
Yeah,
Because
it's like so weird.
right, because like I'm actually bored. I actually kind of am bored of people. Like I'm bored of every topic. Right, I get bored of everything.
Yeah.
Easily. And I'm not against anyone. Like I'm not counter signaling anyone who wants to do whatever they want. I'm not like I like a lot of people who hate each other. I don't know if you feel that way about yourself. Like I like a lot of people who all hate one another. I don't know why.
Right.
Great TV.
Yeah. It's crazy. But somehow every single person that hates each other groups me in with the other person they hate. And it's like,
Right.
but you guys hate each other and you think that I'm more aligned with that other person. What if I'm just like my own guy? But when I see stuff like that, it's kind of infuriating.
What do they need the money for? Because we send them billions of dollars. What?
Yeah. They own everything already. Come on, like tax your people. You know what I mean?
Like, wait
You know,
a
seen
minute.
movie
We
tickets
send them-
recently? Shit, man, I'm already sending money there, you know?
I was like, that was the weirdest shit I ever seen in my life.
Dude. And
Have a piece of
I've
Israel in
seen
your
Backdoor
house?
Sluts 9, which is even like, you know what I mean? Like, when you think about the weird stuff I've seen, that is, you know.
That is fucking crazy.
Somewhere out there was like some like, you know, Republican committee member with a boner watching it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, ask for more. Play it again, you know?
I don't see how Ben Shapiro had kept a straight face.
Does he still fuck with you guys?
I don't think so.
I like the guy. It's just
I mean, he actually is one of the guys.
he's one of the guys that brought me over to conservatism.
Me too.
Yeah.
Dude, I had dinner. I paid to have dinner with him. Like, that's
paid to go
crazy.
see him?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. He's Jewish.
That shit wasn't going to be free. No, it wasn't going to be free. It wasn't.
You know what? I have nothing against Israel, Jewish people, Ben Shapiro. Love the guy. We just have a huge disagreement about, you know, what's corrupting our country and what's happening between Israel and the Palestinians. Because I'm pro-life, and I'm pro-life to the day I die. If we care about kids inside the room, we should care about the kids when they're walking free amongst people.
Yeah. Hey, y'all already know about the General Lee. But I got something special for you. Yeah, real special. Tell him, Keith. Woo! Look at this. This is another 69 Chevy Camaro, Yanko edition. 540, big blocker now. Yeah. You can eat off of it. All that chrome action. Look at it. Now respect it. General Lee, 69 Camaro, $10,000 in cold hard cash, white American cash. You know what? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah.
Because y'all have kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get into your personal life on your podcast, but no, so do I. And I mean like, I know
Come on, I'm black and I'm
Yeah.
50. I got kids all over the place.
Yeah, I was like, shit, do the kids have fathers? I should have asked. But so
Bad hell.
so I know, you know, like I was in that a lot of the black community they roast me a lot for my mom being dead, and it's like for a community
They do?
without parents in your life, you know, it's
Yeah.
like you should understand. So it's like I
Right.
feel like it makes me more black. I have an absentee parent, you know what I mean? It's a little
Oh,
hood.
you are definitely not black.
Yeah, it's a
Culturally, no way.
hell yeah, dog. No,
You're too common sense for that.
I do have guns, so that's cool.
Yeah, but you got your guns legally.
Yeah, but I did steal a water bottle during a George Floyd riot from 7-Eleven, so that was pretty cool. I was like tear gas. I was like, sorry, Jesus. You know, I was like, Omar's
Jesus,
dead
I
on the
won't do it
floor,
again.
you know, but no. I think you've had some pretty based people on your podcast, right? You have a pretty, like, because you guys had like Myron and Fuentes. You guys get a lot of pushback for having those guys on, or no? Or like,
well-
what do you guys get from that?
I don't read comments.
Yeah, I mean, thank God. You know what I mean? Like being demonetized is a gift sometimes. You're like, I don't
Yeah.
have to think about what the tech companies care about what I
But
say.
you know what's
I put
crazy? I
up,
sit down with Myron. I sit down with Nick. I sit down with OmniLiberal.
But that's what I was gonna say. Is like you guys have some pretty progressive people. So you guys have Destiny and other people like that.
And you know what? Between Myron and Nick Fuentes, we had an honest conversation. That dude, that OmniLiberal, intellectually dishonest the whole time. He's just like talking to a brick wall.
Really?
Yeah, he couldn't admit anybody was. He could not admit Trump was right or wrong. I mean, he could admit. I mean, everything that came out of his mouth, Biden was right. Everything's Trump's fault, and it's just like one-sided conversation. It's like just talking to a nobody.
Right,
like
but you
brick
know,
wall.
but Ben Shapiro and all them would have him on. You know, he's been on Jordan Peterson and all
Yeah.
these people,
Yeah.
which is where this is the hypocrisy. It's like I don't have any problem with Destiny or
Right.
his views. Like meaning like he can just think whatever he wants. I don't like. I'm not. I have a problem. I disagree with his views. I don't have a problem with an American having
Right.
the freedom to disagree with me. Right.
Yeah,
But
right.
I do think it's weird that his foundational principles on what he believes is way more antithetical to anything the Daily Wire stands for than what I think.
Right.
But there is a critical issue that he does agree with. He's on Israel's side in this war. He's very
he was
very
big on that,
outspoken,
yeah.
which is fine, and I totally respect that as well. Right? There's nothing weird about this.
Right.
But then that's why they'll platform him, because ultimately it doesn't matter what they disagree on. They can sit down and disagree as long as we do agree on what's important. Because what they're trying to avoid is a conversation on that topic, and that's what I find to be intellectually dishonest. So for me, I grew up in a around Jewish people, right?
You have any black friends?
Yeah. I mean, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Hey. We all got a friend in Jesus, you know what I mean? They say Jesus was black, who knows, right?
I seriously doubt that.
Me too. He gave us eternal life. He didn't take it, you know what I mean? So it's like, that guy was...
if black people are God's children, then I don't want to meet God.
yeah.
Because I already know what to expect. He's not going to let me into heaven. Oh, you damn Uncle Tom. You going straight to hell. God's children.
Yeah, Jesus gave his life, didn't take a life. You know what I mean? It's like, that's true. He ain't black. But but I was going to say, is like, and that's what I just find to be interesting about those topics, is like, I would love to pair up with these Americans. And I don't care if we disagree on that issue. I'd love to pair up and fight things like indoctrination in schools. I'd love to pair up and have podcasts and shows and live statements to talk about, because we tend to actually sometimes agree on, not giving Ukraine money. And there's a lot of topics we agree on. It's just a dishonest perspective. This is somebody who's worked in the industry for it's around 7 years. When you don't align on this critical issue, then they sort of blacklist you or don't want to talk to you about the others, which then makes me question individual loyalty. Because, for instance, if you say that you're America first and you love the country more than anything, then what we should be having as a perspective that's going to be healthy is that we're looking at then what can we agree on that we can work together towards to fix our country. But then a lot of people on the right now have sort of self-divided or self-segregated in terms of, okay, well, we disagree on this one issue, which is a very sensitive one, which is like the Israeli war. And if you don't align on that, then they don't want to hear your opinion on indoctrination in school. They don't want to hear your opinion on family. They don't want you speaking at their pro-life rallies. And it's just a question to me with conservatives, where is your loyalty? Is it to conservatism? That's fine. Like maybe you're not loyal to the Republicanism, you're loyal to conservatism. Are you loyal to the Republican Party? So it doesn't matter, like they say, it's blue no matter who. Are you just red, no matter what or whatever? Do you just care about that? Where's your loyalty? And so since I would imagine that if your loyalty is to the Republican Party, then as long as they're Republican and pushing Republican platforms, then you're going to have them on. And if your duty is to conservatism, as long as they're pushing conservative values at home, you're going to have them on. But with all these people who claim to be Republicans, conservatives, when you have a disagreement on that one issue, they will not associate with you. And as we know, after October 7th on the 8th, they were calling around, like Dave Rubles and the rest of them, were calling around trying to get people fired while they were taking $100,000 a week, from Russian interests.
Who was this?
Dave Rubles.
Oh, Dave Rubles? You call him Dave Rubles? He's taking money from Russian rubles.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm slow and black.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's flat like my junior high girlfriend. So, but it's just that. But my point was the
another
hypocrisy.
guy that was getting.
Well, that's what they said in the indictment, right? That he was part of the team.
Oh, there's an indictment.
He was on Tenet's team. Yeah.
Who else?
It was
that's been named.
Who's been named?
So the Blaze is RTV. Look, Daily Wire is Jewish TV, and then you got the Blaze that Russian TV. Fucking crazy.
Like, welcome back to Glenn Bolshevik's program. No, but no, they fired her, I think, because they don't want any association with that, right? I think that's the key thing, is they're like, that's why they fired her right off the bat. Was like, all right, we don't want that shit.
So it's Dave Rubles. Then you got Laura Chan.
I love how you still call her Laura, like you're in the South.
Oh,
Damn, Laura.
I can't get rid of my accent.
She's like Chinese.
I'm from Virginia. Laura. Chan. So just those two?
No, it was what's his name? Tim Pool, Benny Johnson.
Tim Pool's in it?
Benny Johnson.
Tim Pool is a Russian spy? I knew it. That fucking beanie. It looks like one of those hats.
Everybody wants to know what the hats are for. Everyone knows. Look, you put the money in, put it on. Everyone thought it was to hide balding, but the truth is, where are you going to put those stacks upon racks, right? without getting touched.
So this is going to blow over, right? It's nothing.
No,
this shit's getting just.
This is just getting started. This is going to pump up, and they're going to see more repercussions. And now the only issue with this stuff is, like, obviously, I feel really bad for Benny and Tim because, I don't do gossip on any shows. I don't get people's personal lives. This is all public indictments, right? So this is a bit different. Yeah. And also, this is, I mean, I don't, just because something's public, I still might consider it gossip. If it's just someone saying something about someone, I don't touch that kind of stuff.
Right.
But this is really serious because what they're saying is the FBI is now treating Benny and Tim as victims of a crime. But if they're victims of a crime, then so is Taylor Hansen. But now Taylor got his channel deleted by YouTube, though being considered in the indictment a victim of a crime. So now you can get your channels deleted when you're considered a victim. And that kind of leaves the future for Benny and Tim. I'm sure they're very afraid, as they should be.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way or in any hopeful way. I would be devastated, and I would be there to help them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who, but some people who have been financially hit from this that were less paid or whatever, I've come out and just financially helped. You know what I mean? And I'm,
You should. You got all these racks.
yeah. Where the money's coming from, I don't want to talk about. But
Racks on racks on racks.
now, hey, you got my racks now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't have too much racks, you get kicked out of the next Turning Point event for, you know what I mean?
Right.
But on the flip side, yeah, it's about setting up an indictment to make these people seem like Russian agents. And I think it was more about getting DePool and Benny, like people who are more influential than Chen.
They're very influential.
Yeah, they're very, very influential people. And, Tim is more or less runs an independent operation, so does Benny.
Right.
And I think, they're also close to Trump and, a lot of people. And so, again, it's that
It
association.
just sounds like a psyop.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, to me, it is because, they were all, by the way, the biggest story of this was the entire indictment occurred not from any evidence of a crime, but from hacking into phones, monitoring calls and emails.
Illegally.
Yeah, so they got a FISA warrant.
You don't even need a warrant if you got Apple. You signed that away when you took the agreement, when you signed the agreement for your phone. They don't need a warrant for that.
Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, I mean, you saw that one wrongful death suit from Disney that Disney tried to say that the girl's husband who wrongfully died on Disney property, that she couldn't sue them because of something she signed on Disney Plus.
Really?
That you can't hold Disney when you sign up for Disney Plus. You if you die on Disney property, but you sign up for Disney Plus, they're not liable. So that's a true statement.
What the hell?
Yeah. So
you know who wrote that contract? Don't say it. This is the people with the funny hats.
hey, there's a couple of us out there with funny hats.
Yeah, he's got a funny hat. Yeah, he's got a
and
funny
it's funny.
hat.
Why is it the funny
Who
hats
am I
always pay
talking
the
about?
most? Just always look for the hat and the money comes and follows. First the hat, then the follow. No, but it is a serious thing, and I don't want to take it lightly because I'm fucking pissed about the right wingers that are jumping on them because. Look, listen, this kind of stuff. Did we not forget the DOJ's corrupt? That's what I don't understand. Did we not just remember that we just went through lawfare with Trump? And that's for all we know, a key thing is, did Lauren Chen intentionally commit a crime and evade FARA? If she didn't and was ignorant of what she was doing, then there's no problem.
She sounds like a victim.
To me, it sounds like she's a victim too, and she's
Exploited.
not even American.
Yeah.
She's not an American. She's not from this country.
Oh, she's Canadian.
So why are we talking like she's a traitor to our country when she's not even a citizen of our country? Why is it oh, dude, a Canadian was a traitor to America? It's like, she's not American. She has no loyalty. She doesn't owe us anything.
I mean, this is what Democrats wanted, a big melting pot.
Yeah.
Got the Haitians here. Got Laura Chin.
Good old Laura.
working with
Laura.
Putin. It's like, that's what you wanted, right?
You can't even have strip porn stars at our conventions these days. You can't have nothing, It's
You know what?
If
If the conservatives don't get in line, they're going to ruin our country.
Well, it's all
Kicking out porn stars and Turning Point USA.
inviting in
When half the
Haitians and
audience-
kicking out porn stars. That's the America you want, young man? Is that the America you care about? It's true,
I believe
man.
in freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, man. I can tell you this. It is alarming. I was going to say something interesting. The other day, how's my cash? I got to take this. Money's just falling out, bro. Shit. Dude, anyway, that money is completely legal and can be traced back to an unknown account in the Cayman Islands.
They should have told Putin to pay them in Bitcoin or something.
Dude, seriously. I'm like, damn, you never heard of a fucking wallet?
Hey, can you send this shit to me in Bitcoin?
Bro, at this point, bro, I'll be taking yen or anything, man.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just a foreign account.
I'd have took pesos.
Yeah, dude. I was wondering too because I think I was telling you guys earlier that I got offered right before this story broke. The day before, I got offered
I'm
significant
just glad
money.
You didn't ask my black ass.
Yeah, no. I got
I was like, where do I sign?
I got offered significant money from Russia to push complete disinformation. I don't know if you can pull up the video
what?
of the fake video of the Trump supporter being attacked in Pennsylvania that was spread on the day of Trump's recent rally in Pennsylvania. You have Pennsylvania Trump supporter being attacked. So this is a completely fake video, and I want to begin by saying,
joking?
no, this is a completely fake video because I was shown it and offered to produce and to promote it the night before it happened. So yeah. The girl being kicked. Can we play this? It's fine because it's not going to get. I'm going to tell the censors who are watching this. This isn't violence. This is fake. And I'm gonna. So this is fake blood and everything. I'm not joking. So if they're going to try to censor this, I promise you, and I'll explain 100%. I have the receipts to prove it. Oh. Watch this. This went viral on right wing Twitter. I don't know if we can bring it up, but all right, we got it. Let's watch it. Yeah, here it is. Do you have sound on? This is great.
Can you make that shit bigger?
Yo, what the fuck is wrong,
Looks authentic. They got black men doing it.
Yeah.
Bitch, motherfucking Trump racist, motherfucking supporter. What the fuck are you doing here? Don't fucking see you anymore. You hear me? Fuck you. Fuck
horrible
Trump.
Haitian
Fuck all you fucking supporters.
Yeah, she's not a cat. This isn't real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So, but this went viral. We're talking about maybe 100 million plus views on right-wing accounts. This was everywhere. And I'm not going to call anyone out by name, but I know who took the money from Russia, which I'm not going to out them, but they're not American. But I got approached the night before, and I feel like people don't believe me the amount of weird shit that I get contacted for, because people
They
assume
all come to you, huh?
well, because people assume because you're honest about Israel, that somehow you hate Jews, which is a total incongruent idea, and it's disingenuous to assume that. Yeah. And then if you come out and then you defend Israel on a point, like, no, actually they're justified on that or on something, then people just call you some sort of like a cucked out, shill. So you can't play to the mob. You just got to speak the truth to heart. And, if it becomes less popular, less profitable, you got to keep doing it because it's about ethics here. But on the flip side with this, if you didn't know that was fake, because a lot of people are retarded, and then they believe their commentators who pushed this.
Right. Yeah.
African Americans don't sound like this. Fuck you, you American traitor. Fuck you. Okay,
They sound like from Cuba, right? Or the Haitian.
Bro, you have been around enough blacks, bro. That is. Yeah, those are Ohioans.
That was about as fake as the moon landing.
Those are Ohio Americans, bro. We got to start calling them that. Those are Ohio Americans. Those are Ilhan Omar. Yeah, those are Ilhan Omar fanboys. So obviously there's a lot in this. They have like a fake gun. It's shoved in the underwear. They're kicking her shoes. But I'm telling you, this was pushed and promoted by very high profile people. I get called. I'm
paid money.
Oh yeah. So I get,
How much?
Well, I can explain to you how much that is. By the way, I can tell you, like, RT is paying for like an average host like $400,000-$500,000, like for just like without even put their labels on shit. Like, you don't have to put their stuff. You can just produce your content. And they'll give you like $500,000 just for no reason, just to like kind of.
They obviously racist. They ain't giving a shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm saying like they're giving a lot of money, and I do want to clarify on a serious note that I've never taken a dollar or a favor from this country.
Hey, you know what?
So,
I don't want to mention their names, but I've seen a couple damn influences.
Okay.
What? Conservative influence on RTV. I think it was RTV. No, that was Scott
RT. That's RT. Yeah. But RT, we're just making it up now. It's like, we don't even know. They're so not taking money. They forgot what it's even called, man. Put a couple racks in front of these gentlemen. They don't even know what we're talking about anymore. It's like, oh shit. No, but so they call me and it's like, hey, we got something really important for you to share. And so this is through the Russian consulate in Australia and Sydney, right? So I'm getting contacted through a consulate in a Western country. It's very smart stuff, right? Through Signal. And so you're getting contacted. And I'm with a journalist named Kalen Dalmeda from Frontlines, from Turning Point. He's one of their journalists. And I'm like, hey, you wanna hear some Russian shit? And he's like, yeah. I was like, hey, I'm gonna tell him that you're my boy and like to call you. I'm gonna give him your phone number. He's like, don't drag me into some shit, man. This is the day before the Tenet stuff broke. And I'm like, dude, just listen. So he like calls him. He's like, dude, they want us to like push this video. Like some Trump supporter was attacked or whatever. And I was like, all right, good. And then they sent us the video, and Bollywood's making better videos than that. You know what I mean? I was like, it's like, holy shit, man. Maybe we do need the Jews making Hollywood films. They need to hire somebody else because this is some crazy shit. The Russians need these people. You know?
That one black actor, his hate crime was a whole lot more believable. What was
Jussie
his name?
Smollett?
Yeah, Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, but this was our Jussie Smollett, and so I tell them like, hey, this is fake. Okay, I'm not push. I would share something that was real. Regardless, that's the whole point about the Russian thing. I'm not going to push it because Russia's asking me. If there's some good info that I got, I'll push it. I'm not taking money. And then they start like trying to pressure me, like, pay me. How much do you want? What do you want? And like, by the way, you can get upwards of $10,000 to share a video like that, just to share it, like just to post it, right? And that's me. Someone like with
paying
your
more than the
size,
Jews, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're paying more than the Jews, and you get to stay uncircumcised with these guys if you want. You know, what I mean, there's no requirement. But I think this is where, again, the disingenuous thing is. I'm not denying that Russia doesn't try to peddle and influence. They just try to peddle and influence me. Something just came out that they were peddling and influencing other people. Again, I think they're victims. I don't think they were doing anything nefarious. But let's stop. Let's cut the bullshit. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. You can criticize Israel. You can criticize the Zionist, manifesto. You can care more about America first and our manifest destiny and our God-given rights than you do about another country, and you're not a hateful person. You're just a patriot, okay? And if you bought into the Zogslop, the PSYOP, that's your fault, whatever. And the same thing goes with Russia. If you want to defend Russia on something, you're not a Putin puppet. And, just don't be a dumbass and take money from Russia to, work against your government, because you got to be smart, man. You can't be retarded, I mean, and I am, but, there's levels of it,
Right.
Mine's like I was explaining a story to a black guy I just met, and I used the N-word with the hard R to tell him a story, and I almost died. But I was like, and my friend, my producer's like, you don't. I was like, I wasn't using the word. I was just telling a story. And he goes,
They don't care.
They
don't care if I can get him to tell a story.
He goes, bro, Beelzebub's his eyes changed. He looked at you. He's like, bro, we're about.
He had a flashback. Huh?
Yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't someone's pet, right? We're about to get spit roasted and eaten right there, I was like,
bite your head off like a pigeon.
Yeah, we got some Haitians down in South Florida, man. But I just meant on the flip side, it's like, look, you can be on the other side, but now we're getting into a point to where if you're trying to have an honest conversation about Jews, you get called an anti-Semite. About, Ukraine and Israel, Ukraine and Russia, you get called a Putin puppet. If you're even trying to have an honest discussion, even about religion or anything, about Protestantism, Catholicism, people are saying that, you're hateful, you're bigoted, you're anti-Christian. If you want to talk about Muslims, you're Islamophobic, which I am, but I'm just kidding, but maybe, I don't know. But people go, but that's crazy. What do you mean? That's happening from the right. On the left, we've seen the same thing. If you want to talk about trans things or drag queens, even if you want to put boundaries and stoplights, you're what? Transphobic, homophobic, whatever. And they say, right, how can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay, right? So we keep doing the same thing. We keep doing the same thing on the left and the right. And I'm not doing this whole so be in the center. I'm saying, if you got to be a little higher IQ now, and you got to learn to see through bullshit. Have your goggles have to be a little bigger, because the money used to be there on the right to attack the wokeness on the left. But now we've got a problem with the wokeness on the right. And it's even a bigger gaslight, because those people that are woke are calling us the woke right. So you're like, shoot, man, I just don't want my kid to grow up to be a gay tranny. And then I also don't want him, once he starts getting his tax dollars, to pay for foreign wars that we don't need to be involved in. Can he not be straight and his money work for him? Is it one or the other?
That's not too much to ask.
Nah, I leave it at that.
Yeah. It's a crazy world we live in.
Hey man, there's a lot of money to pay for that commentary. It's like,
so
they could have got a little more. Like,
this shit's going to hit the fan about next couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, I think it's going to get. So I think it's going to get really bad. That's why I like what you guys have here. This is what we need: is smaller, independent studios with trimmed out staff that make a lot more money than they need to operate. Because these big networks are much more beholden to advertisers. They're much more beholden to, lawsuits, HR complaints. Then you got to, then you're under these federal laws. You got to hire a certain amount of gay people and women, and now you've ruined your company. It's just straight up, right? It's like you've ruined it. So these companies are beholden to this, so they're going to get dragged in different directions and have special interests. But when you have a studio like this, you don't need that much. As long as you're not a materialist and you're not, hyper obsessed with money, eventually when it starts coming in good, you start giving it away. You start giving away trucks and shit. I see what you guys are doing, You guys are retarded. But I meant, you start doing good with it. You start helping people. And I don't know what you do in your private life, but when it comes, but you did recognize the porn star, so I know a little of what you do in your private life. That's for the after show, kids.
Right. I actually did a video about that. I think we was the only conservatives that really talked about that story.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't exist.
About it.
I'm glad I didn't exist during that time. No, I did talk about it, but no one listened. So unfortunately, it's like my entire show history. It's like I'm speaking, but no one's listening.
Hey, what was the culture like at the Blaze?
Okay, I gotta be careful there.
Cause you was there with, well,
shit.
they're going down with Russia,
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, cause you was there with Stephen, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll be careful. I do have an NDA, and I want to be respectful. And I told you guys before the show, I'm really into this this thing that people don't know, which is called decorum, like not shitting on previous employers.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
I don't
burn
think.
bridges.
No,
Yeah.
I just think it's.
It's unprofessional.
I think it's unprofessional. I think, even when if they let their staff or they do stuff to you, I don't think retaliation is a Christian principle, and I don't think it's
a Haitian principle.
Ohio American. Please keep it correct. Please keep it correct. We want to be PC on the show. No, I was going to say. So I think what it is like that's kind of what I bring from it is a corporate mindset is you have a universal corporate agenda, and there's a lot of good people there who are doing a lot of great for America, and I hope they continue on, and I hope that things are good.
Yeah, look what Ben Shapiro's doing.
yeah.
Him and his damn Israel package.
Yeah, I bought several. It's like I don't want them to get.
I'm gonna buy some too, Kim. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some too and give to my black friends.
You can get a real, 50 caliber shell still soaked in the blood of a Gazan 6-year-old child. Like shit, this is some real souvenir stuff. I wear it on a necklace. You know what I mean? Hump a wall. But you move forward on this stuff. It's like, yeah, I think I'm really happy to be out of that environment because. Someone, a family member asked me, they were like, you're so much more blunt about a lot of different topics now and stuff. What happened? So people that lose the control have tried to smear me publicly, which we all know that. But most importantly, even recently, they've tried to smear of like, oh, look, he left the Blaze and now he's an anti-Semite. He's doing this. He's looking for clout and stuff. It's like, no, how about this? I don't have 3 lines of command deleting videos that are before they come out. I don't have copy editors watching stuff and ripping out 30 minutes of my show. I've thought the way that I've thought. I don't have to go to meetings anymore and, confess my sins and, and then deny the name of Nick Fuentes 3 times in front of a mirror, like I don't have to do that. I'm grateful that I don't have that restriction. You know what I mean? You don't have that protection, but no restriction.
Term, anti-Semite, Jewish faith has stolen that word and hijacked it for their own purpose. What being anti-Semitic means is being against somebody, putting someone down from that region of the world. It just doesn't belong to Jewish people.
Because they're all Semitic.
Yeah. So when they call you anti-Semitic because you think it's wrong what they're doing to another Semitic people, that doesn't make you anti-Semitic. It makes you
pro-life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of sins in my life.
Me too.
Yeah. So I've been a degenerate for many years, but there's one thing of like, and so I'm not here to judge anybody, in terms of like condemn them, I should say. I'll judge the hell out of you, but I'm not here to.
I'm not going to condemn you.
Yeah, I'm not going to condemn you.
I'm going to criticize the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk shit about you.
Do the same back, but don't act like you're perfect if you're not. You know what I mean? Be careful.
Right.
But on the flip side, like the abortion thing, it would make sense that I would care about what's going on in Israel. I'm staunchly against what's happened in Afghanistan and Iraq, staunchly against what's happened in Libya, in Yemen, in Syria. I'm vastly spoken out since the day one on what's happening in Ukraine, not from Putin's side, but the fact that we provoked a war. And I've been very against this Western aggression and this needless warfare. So I'm not going to kowtow to these controllers and these influencers who are willing to, suck Netanyahu's dick for money. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to do it because I don't care if you label me bad things. I've started out what I've done, speaking the truth. I spoke the truth about trans stuff and about, gay stuff and about the morality where things are headed and, about not being retarded. And I always tell people, I am gay and retarded. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm speaking from I grew up in LA. Everyone is. The water's got atrazine, bro. We're all a little fruity. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Even Alex Jones sometimes. You see him when he's got transgenders on his show? He's checking him out. You know what I mean? It's true. It's true. I love you, Alex. But yeah, he's like, oh, yeah.
You think he'll bang one of them, huh?
I'm not making any. I'm going to see him Monday, but I'll ask him. He'll do anything for America, I'll tell you that. So, no, but
that's a damn patriot.
I'm doing this for my country. Maybe. Oh man, he had the nicest pair of tits on him. You know what I'm saying? But no. But flip side, it's like I'm not gonna renege on this issue just because the majority of people on my side want to say I'm a morally bad person for holding a consistent worldview that I've always held. And I just say this, you can really define who's woke by who's trying to attack you for being a morally bad human being rather than attack your ideas or prove you're wrong.
Right.
So that's the whole point. When you say, bro, I don't want no transgender children and, and like stuff like that, it's like, oh, so what, are you transphobic? Now, what does that mean? We have all heard that, but trans, which doesn't exist. So you're afraid of nothing. But obviously people who play dress up and are mentally ill combined with indoctrination. That's what trans means, right? You play dress up, you're mentally ill, and you've been indoctrinated together.
I'm always saying it from this point of view too. If you want to do that, you're an adult, go do it. But pushing this on kids, I think that's a
I used
crime.
to be there.
Yeah.
I used to be there, but
Yeah.
if Starbucks starts slacking on the quality of their coffee, I'll finally flip on the fully jail these people. But I need them for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? I need these guys for a little bit longer. Stop asking me for a tip, Skylar or whatever the fuck you renamed yourself. But what I mean is like, so you'll be on that, and I'm accustomed to that. I don't give a shit. I grew up with. I still kind of have, but I grew up with a lisp, with a speech impediment. I had to go through years of speech school. I've had to go through training classes just to be able to talk, right? I'm retarded. Like, I'm actually dumb. And then people don't know this. Like, everyone says they're autistic today, but like I was diagnosed like by a doctor like at a certain point with like level 2 autism, which is crazy. I'm leveling up, bro.
If you're on the spectrum, I'm definitely on the spectrum.
Yeah, people say there's levels to this stuff, right? And I don't take it as as hindering. Everyone today just is weird and watches too much TikTok. They're like, well, I'm autistic. It's like, no, what this means is that everyone in your life hates you and you don't have friends. That's usually what being autistic is. You don't understand emotional boundaries. You don't understand like body language. So it makes it really hard to maintain friendships and stuff because you just can't
read that stuff.
Yeah, you can't read it. And so to me, it's like what I'm saying, transferring this down is like they've tried to tell you, oh, you're transphobic, you're this, you're that. And you're like, no, I'm not afraid of these people. In fact, like
who's afraid of a huh?
He's like, damn, bro, you're gonna get demonetized. You better censor the shit out of this.
What I meant to say is, who's scared of a gay person?
I like the first one. And of course, we're talking about cigarettes in the United Kingdom. I'm from Australia. They probably call them there too. They've got a lot of the cigarettes and the other kind of them too.
Yeah.
Australia's got a lot.
There, right? Give me a.
Yeah, there's a lot of fruity people in Australia, man. They give up their guns and suddenly, man, they're like they have another problem.
You remember that movie in London? They do. You gotta. I'm like, what?
You're like, bro, Epstein's Island. They got a few. You know what I mean?
I didn't know a cigarette. They call cigarettes there. hey, dude, you got a. I was like, what?
I haven't heard that since I was in West Hollywood. But like, no, it's what I mean is like so now on the right, you get a lot of these people who, by the way, I respect the hell out of. So you won't even see me trash talking these people. They'll trash talk me not only behind my back, but in front of people. I hear terrible. I get emails. I get tagged in emails. An entire company recently had everyone unfollow me. They said that you wasn't allowed to follow me on Twitter. Yeah, because what I was saying was like hateful, and it's a very, very, very big publication. But
Jewish?
They are actually. They were founded in Israel. But what I mean is like that's unfortunate because I want to work with them, but I'm not going to let you tell me I'm a bad person for being consistent in what I believe is true and right. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world or the best example of anything, but there is one issue that's never felt clearer on, and that's abortion. I love my kids. Anytime I see like the wounds on a hand of like a full-term baby, which I'm not going to call them fetuses, you freaking genocidal maniac whores,
Well, it doesn't say anything about a human just so they can justify their position.
Right, but I saw this. They went in with a full-on like dismemberment. I'll try not to get too graphic for the censors here, but the baby fought back and had slice marks on his hands, And you see a full-term baby with slice marks. I saw a baby they pulled out of a woman. And I've watched stuff, by the way. Like you said, my background's in molecular biology. I was, going to grad school, whatever. I'm actually like a credentialed high school biology teacher. Crazy stuff, right?
Right.
So I've researched this stuff and I've studied it and I've seen it, both professionally and on the internet. And you see the baby, moving still in the bowl, and they're prodding the baby with a heartbeat and going, "Oh, you got to keep it alive a little longer to harvest the brains and stuff." And
that's crazy, man. You got to be evil to do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't really think that Israel's our biggest issue when we're like child sacrificing our nation. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that we got to bring in Haitians, but you're killing millions of our own people. I mean, to kind of not take it too dark here, like I have different priorities maybe than other people. And also, like, I just don't think that, when you see how bad our country is, that kind of stuff is legal here still.
Right.
like I don't want to buy your matzo box, you know? Sorry, Benny. You know what I mean? Like that's not where I'm going to put my money and my time.
Right.
And so what I notice is that what's sad is I care about most issues, but because I disagree on that one issue, I've never had any issue cause more problems for me professionally in my entire life.
Right.
So, yeah, it is unfortunate, right? But who cares? I'm doing great, so I don't give a fuck.
Decides elections.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I love these little babies. By the way, have babies. I have a bunch of babies.
Especially the white ones. We need more of those.
Yeah.
Now,
God,
the black people, if you don't have a child, that's perfectly fine with me.
you can have an abortion. No, I'm kidding. That's not true.
We got Haitians coming in.
Huh?
We don't need them till we got Haitians coming in.
Yeah, they're being replaced. We're being replaced. So black, African Americans are
I'd
being
rather
replaced.
take the American Negro over Haitian. And that's saying something.
You guys need to get tiki torches and start marching too, man. You guys are being replaced by blacker people, you know? It's like
No, I'm not black, I'm white.
half and half.
I identify as a
Now
white
I'm a
man.
biracial white man.
I'm actually a white man trapped in a Negro's body.
You're just a biracial guy in your mouth, you know? It's not gay at all. Just a couple of blokes, guys being dudes.
It's a crazy world we live in.
Dude. And it's like, yeah, they're killing babies, they're bombing weddings. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fucking nuts.
That's all you can say. But I have a good mentor. I work here with
You at,
Censored
Censored
TV.
TV now, right?
Yeah, so I work with Censored TV. Now, here's what's cool about this. This is what I love. Censored TV. I'm like one of only two people that talks like me and thinks like me on that network. Okay, like
Better knock on wood.
Dude, I literally had messaged Lauren. I'm like, man, they're gonna fire you eventually, and it's gonna just be quick and swift, and they're gonna let you go. And it's like,
Dude,
I should have sent that text a few more times. I should have put some reminders on it, like, hey, don't rely on that.
Dude, I got fired from every job I ever had.
You
I
and
can't
me
fire
both.
myself,
You
though.
and me both. No, but we're a network of people. I actually text Gavin because Gavin was fired from the Blaze too for saying,
how's Gavin
for using the
doing?
N-word. He's doing fantastic. He's really rich. He's in good shape, and he's more hilarious than ever. It's crazy what happens when you're living free, right?
So
he founded this network,
I
Censored
love
TV.
that white man.
Yeah, me too. No, but I really like him because he's honest as fuck. Like he's even
Yeah.
said, like, I don't hate the Jews, I just hate a lot of them. Like he like whatever. Like he even says,
Like
like
his wife is black, right?
no, she's a Native American.
That's black
But
enough
he even
for me.
says like I hate blacks because they're too stupid to realize I'm not racist. Like I love that guy's lines. Like he makes me
Right,
he makes
right.
and there's a lot of like you have to have a high IQ to like see through the hilarity right in what
Right.
you're saying. Like
Yeah.
and he even has a chart on like the Jews that are good and bad. You gotta have you guys had him on?
No.
You gotta have him on and go over his Jew chart because he's in New York, and he goes over which Jews are good and like the whole like graph as you go along. If you get over here, now these are the bad Jews. These guys, and it's like how to recognize them. It's so good. He also has like the top 10 hottest grifting whores in the right wing movement. What's on the fuckable chart on which ones
Hey,
are the hottest?
I want to see his chart on
Yeah,
black people.
yeah. Oh, he'll have one. No, but so he founded a network. We're on our own servers, our own payment processors. We have shell companies. We're not an Amazon warehouse services. We are all fully independent. We don't even use contracts because they're Jewish. I'm not joking. We all do word of mouth handshakes. We want to be a Christian based. He converted to Catholicism, and I was saying like it's not like a network where it's a bunch of people who just like don't like Israel or something. Like meaning he's pro Zionist, and that's actually a free speech network of people that come together. And so it's been the most freeing thing. They just drop money into my account and tell me, go do what you do, and which is speak what you believe to be true based off of it's not like the left, like on your own reality off of the evidence. And as long as you're backing the shit you're saying up with evidence, we're not going to give a fuck. And we need to get back to that. It's like he's not saying you can literally say whatever the fuck you want on our network. You know what I mean? It's like that's not what he's saying. That's Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like and maybe I'll start uploading there soon too.
It's gonna be crazy with all the conservatives on Pornhub. Just talk about conservatives.
It's true.
Right there with the porn star talking about God
Entire
and
country.
being pro-life.
Entire country gets bent over and fucked by black women. You know what I mean? I feel like that's that. But what I meant is like I'm really grateful. You were saying like what it was like at the Blaze. Like, I'm grateful to be at a network, so I still have protection and and friendship and camaraderie. And now we just opened up a big studio in South Florida. Now we have a big studio in New York, a big studio in South Florida, and we're expanding.
okay.
So we're moving around the country.
Better knock on wood.
yeah. But I meant so it's a blessing because Gavin and I disagree on a hell of a lot of things, but what we don't disagree on is the method we use to get there, which is we used facts and our own research. We came to different conclusions, and I think we need to get back to that in right-wing media, in media in general, in everything of like different conclusions is fine, different opinions from what you see.
Right.
That's okay. But we need to be looking at the same facts. We don't have that anymore. So I'm grateful to work at Censored. I love him so much, man. Kanye West was on there. Remember that too? When he was like, "You don't hate all the Jews, right?" And he's like, "Yep, yep." In his gimp outfit, bro. Some good shit.
That shit was crazy when it was on Alex Jones. I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
I want Candace to come there. Yeah, you guys are always welcome too. If things ever go bad, Gavin and the CEO told me, if you ever need to pair up or if things go south or whatever you want, we got all infrastructure and stuff. You never know, right? You never know. So he just said extend the offer. You know what I mean? Like if you ever, and that goes to you. It goes to Candace too. I'm supposed to see her in like January or something. I don't know. Why is she so unavailable? No one can get a hold of her.
I think she's running from some people.
Blacks are good at that, It's in their DNA.
Y'all put it in us. Black G.
Hey, y'all, 3 red flags that show you might have poop stuck in your colon. Random stomach pains and abdominal cramps like you on your period or something.
Oh, man. Think I'm on my period.
Uncontrollable leakage and episodes of diarrhea.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
You got that mud butt.
Oh, God.
You straining and struggling and pushing when you're on the toilet. You gonna get hemorrhoids like that. Trust me, I know. If you're going through any of this, we got the solution for you. Optimal Human, all-in-one nutritional drink has over 90 ingredients, and it can help you with all kinds of issues. All kinds. Especially if your gut and your digestive system is out of whack. Yeah, make your ass great again. Yeah. Y'all need to go to optimalhuman.com/Hodgetwins, and now they letting you try it for free.
Free?
For free. You just gotta pay for shipping. Yeah. Try Optimal Human for free today. Yeah.
Hey, what do you think's gonna happen this next election? I think we're fucked, huh? What do you think?
Yeah, like I said,
This is a common sense world. It'll be another fucking Reagan Mondale election.
Yeah,
dude. People had fucking common sense.
It started when they took the porn stars out of our conferences. You know what I mean? It's like it all went downhill from there. It's like I said, we can't have nothing. When we go to this election, oh man, I don't want to get too black pilled. I'll just say it briefly. The major elections are pretty much useless most times, other than the last two in this one, because obviously, super PACs with foreign interests, we'll just leave it there. I mean, really, they make sure that there are two, machine approved. I'll call it machine. You can call it deep state, whatever you want. I don't want to turn people off by using the word deep state, but the bureaucracy, whatever the global order and bureaucracy wants. There is outside money that comes in to ensure that the candidates that win on the Republican and the Democrat side are both approved and are not going to shake up the status quo as much as they promise, right? And that they're both going to be beholden to the military-industrial complex, to Israel, and to fight foreign wars. And so then you have the illusion of choice, the election, where you are getting some differences. Republicans are going to be different on economic policies, but nobody's going to shake up NAFTA. Nobody's going to really, end globalism. You're not going to have an issue with that. And now that we have that issue of the state-approved candidates. I don't even call them candidates. They're just like chosen, people, right?
Yeah,
They're
I
like
wouldn't
the chosen
call
ones.
Kamala a damn candidate.
Yeah, she's not a candidate. They're like chosen operatives. It's like I said, it's unfortunate that Lauren Chen took money from Russia, not Israel, because then she would not only been free and not arrested or not charged, she also could have called everyone who criticized her an anti-Semite, which would have made her immune from criticism.
She'd been cool if she was dating Hunter.
Yeah, she would have gotten a raise at Blaze. You know what I mean? She'd have been up there. So I'd been like, she could have taken over the company. You know what I mean?
Who she think her daddy is? Joe Biden?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, you're a attractive woman that is against abortion and critical of Israel and wants to hold Trump accountable for simping on the vax and on Israel's dick.
You remember when Trump was on? He was at a rally. He brought Johnson on stage. You could hear a pin drop in that bitch.
Everybody, I just want to really appeal to the common man. Here's a billionaire pharmaceutical executive. He's making a lot of money, and then you guys all like that. You guys all like money, right? You're like, the hell? It's not a lot of it going around these days, is it? You're like, no, there's a lot of vaccines though.
Thank God I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, it's like a turning point. Bring on you have what's it called, like Farmer John's or whatever. It's like, what kids love? A guy who runs a Subway shop. You're like, shit, man. meet a lot of those people every day. Anwar and Tahid, they run all the Subway shops around me. But no, this election is it's really hard to know because Trump is taking a lot of money. I mean, where we're at. We got the Adelson money around
Hope
here.
he didn't take anything from Russia.
Yeah, well, let's just say this: if he took it from Russia, I think we would have known by now because we even know this. We know the shape of his own penis. You know what I mean? I mean, remember when they did that on that late night show? They had Stormy Daniels come out and like pick out the shape of his penis. I'm like,
really?
We know more about that guy than I know about myself. You know what I mean? I don't even like to believe that mine's as small as it is. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in denial. But I think when our country's a little bit in denial with what's going on because in order to win and not to be killed, which they try to kill him, Trump has capitulated vastly to a lot of foreign interests. And it sucks because he's done a lot of capitulating to Jewish Americans and to the military-industrial complex in particular. And then the polls just came out from the J Post yesterday that 73 to 78%, I think they averaged at 75, but I don't like whole numbers like that or like whole rounds of Jewish people are still supporting Kamala. So all the pandering to blacks and to Jews and to women, it doesn't seem like it's really panned out in the way that the Republican Party planned. So he's had shitty advisors, and I just wish he would appeal. I think if you appeal to the ideas and desires of straight white people, you will build the country because the country was built on what? Racism. And so appeal to the racists and what? You get a country that's being built, not torn down. So that's my opinion. I mean, that's...
Hey, do you remember when Vivek was running for president? That dude polled horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told him, I said, dude, if you had blonde hair, blue eyes, and that 1776 tattoo on your face, you'd be Trump's VP.
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, and you get his last name was like... Italian, and it was a type of like processed meat. You got like bruschetta and ramaswamy. I would have believed him. You know what I mean? Put some fucking hot mustard on that, I'll eat it. It was just the Hindu thing. You know what I mean? I think it's the lack of use of deodorant that turns people off. Like,
Did you see that interview with Ann Coulter?
No, what happened?
Holy shit!
I don't hear Ann Coulter. It usually is followed by holy shit.
You need to check that out.
What happened?
That shit was crazy.
She said it was too dark to be president,
and she's not wrong.
Yeah.
And like
from a Republican point
yeah,
of view.
but she's not wrong because like here's the deal, is like even when I post something stupid, like I posted the J Post article that 3/4 of Jews are supporting Kamala, and I get a lot of the same posts when I talk about how most women are voting for her and etc. Is you get a lot of low IQ people being like, well, I'm a Jew and I'm voting for Trump, so I don't know what you're talking about, you anti-Semite, and you're like, look, did you not see the other side of the poll? It said 25% are voting for Trump. Like, it didn't say all, and I didn't say all, and I'm not coming into an entire group of people. Same thing when you talk about women, like, hey, the majority of women are voting in ways that are destructive patterns to our country. And usually the women that are not voting destructive are usually married, and they're usually married to what? A conservative man, and they align their ideas to whatever the man they're married to, and so it becomes conservative, right? And often when women have children and have a man in the home and stability, they don't need to rely on the government, so they have no reason to be voting. They want to have resources in the home.
You know what's crazy? I heard this one dude say, and at the time I didn't agree with him because I'm black and I'm biased, but he said,
all right, let's go.
He said women couldn't vote for a reason because they couldn't think.
Yeah.
The black people was treated not like citizens in the country because they thought they might be destructive because they're from a foreign land. Only people should be able to vote in this country is white people, white men. And looking back on what he's saying, if that was true today, I don't know if the country would be better off, but I'm looking at how women vote, how blacks vote, and minorities vote. There's some truth to what he said because they are this country's own detriment, because a lot of people are saying diversity is our strength. No, diversity would be a strength of ours if everybody had one common goal and had one God and we all believe in the same thing. Now we got, like, our people is like 4 gods, 4 different types of women, 4 types of men. It's just our diversity is our weakness right now because we are a country divided, and we don't think, like black people, they don't, when they look at the American flag, they think it's racist. They don't see they don't see that flag as our flag.
No,
they
I know.
truly don't. That's truly how they believe.
That's a strength for Democrats.
Yeah, but diversity is strength for Democrats because they're able to divide and conquer.
Well, yeah, because the strength comes from grievance politics. And I think that's what people don't understand about politics is you need unification. So you don't need strength, you need unity.
Right.
Like that's a more important factor. So is diversity unity? No. Is it strength in that it divides and weakens national identity, which makes it easier for universal global control? Absolutely. It makes you a global citizen, who cares more about like an idea than you do about your own borders or your place, right?
Yeah.
Which is the flip thinking. It's the NGO global order idea of you're a global citizen. You care more about equity and fighting racism.
Black people,
than
white
you
people
do.
don't even care about our border security. They
No,
don't even care about people coming
that's
to
why
our
it's not fixed. The reason why abortion isn't illegal is because people actually don't care.
Right.
Because if you like, you know what I mean? If you thought it was murder, which I have thought about murdering people who commit abortion. Like I'll be honest with that. Like I've thought about just like I've thought about it. You know, like
Yeah.
like would I? And I want to get caveat this so that if I get accused of saying, oh, he's premeditated murder. No, I've thought about what is murder. And I've thought about would I kill someone to prevent someone from murdering someone? Like would I take a life in a just situation, which is a just taking of life, to save an innocent life from being taken unjustly?
That's too much common sense.
Wait, and then the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And I ask myself, well, then why have I not killed, abortion doctors? And the truth of the matter is because I don't think that would fix the issue, right? In my opinion, if I went out and just like killed, so I'm not encouraging violence. I'm not encouraging anyone to kill people. I have to really say that. That's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging violence. I'm not actually premeditating violence, and I'm not talking about it. These are thoughts that go in my head. It's a weird head. And that's not just because I'm, background as a German, it's huge. But, the idea is that these people, like I go, it's really because I just don't have enough people around me. Enough people really care. Because if enough of us really cared and really thought that murder was happening at our doorstep, then we could collectivize and go together. But when I really talk to conservatives, what do I actually get? So I actually do care. And I'm not saying that some of you don't care enough to really think that. But you're smart like me and you go, one person just going out and shooting, whatever, you're going to be a terrorist, like a school shooter, and it's actually going to cause more problems, more protections for abortions. Actually, they're going to be militarized. Now you're going to have armed guards, and now now they're protected by guns. It's like all backwards, right? Now the Democrats are the party of firearms and self-defense. It's going to change. The whole
You
thing's going to
became
switch.
a member of a Saab.
Yeah, exactly. So then you go, what is the option? Okay, well, we'd have to collectivize to make change. I'm telling you this, conservatives love abortion, and they do not care about it. I promise you that. Or I should say Republicans, because Republicans aren't really conservative, and the MAGA movement is not conservative at all. So conservatives do care about abortion, but the majority of Republicans are not conservative, and the majority of MAGA is not. That's a real good distinction to put.
Yeah, majority of Republicans are actually liberals.
Correct. They're just like, they're neoliberal.
Yep.
Which I was at one point, because neoliberal is a form of mental illness it's a form of diagnosed mental illness, more real than anything we're diagnosing today, where you have an average to an above average IQ, so you want to extend the same grace and respect for people around you that you have to extend to yourself to cope with living every day and not cope negatively with drugs or with suicide or some way out, right? So you find a level of coping to accept your mistakes you've made, your weaknesses, where you're at. You realize you're not perfect. And so you project it onto other people and realize they're not perfect either. And so you want to give them the respect that they need. Let me tell you, motherfucker, a lot of people need a lot less respect in this country, okay?
Yeah.
They need a rude awakening.
Especially Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Bro, seriously, man. Seriously, just comply, dog. Like for a second,
Dude, if he just kept his window down, just be cordial with the cops. None of that happens.
And it is aggression, right? I mean, and that's what we're talking about with all this stuff. Like, that's another thing. If Democrats really cared about police brutality or cared about blacks, if anyone really cared about what they're talking about, things could be solved to at least a greater extent.
Yeah.
Things in our country are not solved intentionally, right? When we wanted to build a country, we built it. We solved our issues. When we needed more land, we took it. Right? When we needed treaties with people, we made them. When we wanted independence, we got it. If we have goals and we're unified.
When y'all brought the black people.
Dude, we. Bro, what do you think my last name is? Who's
had
we?
a good thing going. Y'all brought the blacks.
Bro, we did not bring them. We bought them. And white people have money and we like to purchase things. I'll be honest. If you guys were for sale, you'd be my first pick. You know what I mean? You guys
I'd
are
have been
big.
a horrible slave.
Yeah. You could carry some
Where
shit.
you get this lazy Negro?
I'll take the big ones. 2 of them, please. No, but I'm, and it's crazy. I mean, the only, now you can
What's crazy? A lot of people not even familiar with this, but everybody was a slave. All walks of life.
And it's another ones that are comfortable that they're all slaves today.
Yeah.
It's esoteric. It's a different type. It's a technocratic, slavery.
Right.
So,
Right.
and I'm not being esoteric. I mean, a genuine fact is that, back in the 50s, like less than 10% of high schoolers had experienced a depressive episode. Now it's over 90%. Okay. So mental health is not a joke. And I'm not being the left like, mental health. So that's a ploy, another side to get you to take medicine, right?
Yeah.
people are unhappy because there's no collective identity. And when you don't have identity, you don't have direction. When you don't have direction, then you get no motivation. When you have no motivation, you become susceptible and open to indoctrination. And when you're indoctrinated, you begin to take on identities that are outside of your design and outside of the parameters to which you were designed to comprehend, okay? And when you believe these things and these lies, what this does is your body, your physical body, has mechanisms that react. The entire body, I'll give you a biology degree in 30 seconds. There are things, it's us, there's matter. Matter continues to go, some matter moves with energy. Energy requires inputs, and when you put inputs in, you get outputs. You take shits, right? Things leave. You put food in, it goes out. When your cell breaks down, energy, when you get energy in your body, you also have respiration in your body. You breathe in oxygen, you breathe out, right? You learn all this stuff in school. So you have inputs and outputs.
Fuck, dude, I just failed that shit.
Yeah, bro. Glad this wasn't a test. It's like, what'd you say?
Do some Ben Carson shit.
Yeah. No. I'm not actually smart, but I have a degree. I didn't say I was intelligent. You know what I mean? That's different. But what I mean is so all biology is just a matter of, you have things interacting with things and things going in and things going out. That's just basically all it is. And we're studying that,
like
right?
a penis and vagina.
Yeah, like a penis and a vagina, which is, man, we talk about porn stars for 10 minutes. This bro's been good and close to his desk, hiding whatever's down. This guy's arms moving and shaking down here.
I could have gave you a biology degree in 30 seconds. Look, dicks, pussies, squirt, jizz, baby.
A little black's always squirting. It's like, you guys are into some kinky.
What goes in motion stays in motion.
You're like, damn, bro. No, it's true. It is true, man. But I was gonna say, so things go in and out, right? In our oh,
he's trying so hard to teach some Negro something. Yeah, now you know what teachers feel in the inner cities feel like.
Yeah, like, dude, that's reminding me back of
these black kids, man.
It's reminding me back working for the LA Unified School District, right? It's like, Tayron, just shut the fuck up, all right? Your dad ain't coming back.
I've never heard a Negro named Tayron.
I have a black name generator. I don't know if you know this. I should give it to you guys. It just has syllables and you put them together. It's like Schmacon. You just put them together and it just works.
I have black friends and they be saying, "Which kid's name?" I said, "Dude, what?
Yeah.
What'd you name your kid that?"
Yeah.
Michael was just fine.
Yeah, like I don't even say my kids' names on air too, but people get shocked because we chose like traditional, like British colonial names because my family's, obviously they're Australian and my son's a dual citizen, like I mentioned. And people are like really shocked that we didn't name him some like homo name. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to name him like broccoli? You're like, no, dude, that's a fucking vegetable, bro. We don't do that shit. You know what I mean? But but all I was going to say about the inputs, the outputs and everything is that people do not realize that God gave us a body that really is sensitive and recognizes the negative affects our decisions. It's a very beautiful vessel. It's really hard to go to a church and watch a morbidly obese pastor tell you about the dangers of porn addiction.
Oh, dude, like, when I'm in church, I feel like the devil.
Yeah, Mo, dude, trust me, man.
I feel like I got a pitchfork.
dude.
If I just licked at 10 good seeds.
Dude, trust me. They need dress codes in church. Okay, it becomes like a fashion show. Yeah. They're not wearing a lot of fashion, and you're like, wow, this is crazy. Am I at a Turning Point conference? No, but it's a remarkable thing. So all I was going to say is people today are trying to live their slaves to their flesh. And when you're a slave to your flesh and you don't listen to God and you don't listen to the body that God gave you, this extends, I'm not going to go down the line, but it goes down to even parenting. Why are people messed up? Well, parents want to be narcissistic, have more time to themselves. So we have a bunch of scientific lies that, babies self-soothe. When they're little, just let them cry it out. But it's been proven that, there's a lot of modern studies, which we've known, and I study, by the way, the back end on this stuff, that babies actually have massive stress hormone releases during this time, and that you can never hold a baby too much. And actually, you're a narcissistic bitch, and you need to stop drinking wine. Stop feeding your kids that shit in the formula. Breastfeed your kids like a good mother. Stop working. Live on less. Spend your time with your baby. Hold your baby and just fucking suck it up without the sleep. Because that kid is going to grow up more stable. It's proven without all of those endorphins, without all of those things that are pushing it to try to compensate with the stress. So then it's trying to push all these other chemicals on its body to try to feel happy again rather than feeling happy by connection. So you're teaching a baby before it's 1 year old that connection and human interaction is not where it gets its comfort. So you're already creating a detachment space between yourself and your baby. And people go, this is not true. Listen, if something in life that seems hard, is actually hard, it's probably the right decision, because everything that seems easier, that the science just found out is easier, is not good, and it has some negative consequence. So if you're fat and we found Ozempic and it's the right way, I'm promising you there's gonna be some fucking crazy lawsuits in the next several years.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy
It always happens,
lawsuits.
and people still take it. I said, man, in about 3 years, your fucking heart's gonna grow out your ass or something.
You know, insurance companies right now, big thing. We were trying to get insurance for the company for corporate insurance, and the one thing, guess what the agent asked?
What?
Are you guys going to be covering prescription of Ozempic? Why? Oh, because we'll give you lower rates if you don't. And it wasn't because of what it costs. It was because less malpractice or less claims insurance on the medical insurance. So they're predicting the insurance guys are already getting ready for settlements. So I don't know what they know, but all I know is I'm
money grab.
Yeah, I'm saying, but we talked about this at the beginning of the show, right? Everyone's about politics, Tyreek and shit.
Yeah.
What people aren't really talking about is like the random shit, where it's like,
Yeah.
what about the like people have kids. They want to know, like, dude, fucking suck it up. Stop sleeping and hold your kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as a man, go make the money and give your wife the space to go be with the kid. I know it's really harder said than done. My point, it's hard. Go do it, right? And I know that maybe you made a mistake in the past, but then you correct now. And no one talks about that, or like the fact that Ozempic is not the solution to obesity, right?
Yeah.
It's quite frankly not. And it's just giving the food companies another way out. You know, it was hard to gain weight in Australia because the food wasn't full of shit.
Full of poison.
Yeah.
Ozempic is lizard venom.
Really?
Yeah, look at that screen.
They put up. So Ozempic is actually lizard venom?
Can't see that shit.
The
The
rise
rise
of
of
Ozempic.
Ozempic, how surprise discoveries in lizard venom led to a new class of weight loss drugs.
Wow.
Sucking off lizards, huh?
Got some fat ones in Florida, man. Some big old lizards. Gonna be
I
bricked
seen
up.
them big suckers too.
Yeah. Trying to. They're gonna tell us giving fellatio to iguanas is like the next thing, and people are gonna be telling you 10 reasons why it's not weird. That's like it's that's all I'm saying is like what we got to be talking about is how can people stay healthy? How can you lead your family well? And how do you enjoy your life? Life wasn't meant to be a burden.
Right.
It was meant to be enjoyed, and that doesn't mean pleasure.
Right.
Enjoyment does not mean pleasure. You want to enjoy your body, you got to fucking beat the shit out of that thing. I'm just saying, like, you want to enjoy your body?
I'll beat the shit out of that thing.
Now you know why you feel like the devil in church. Bro's getting a quick...
No, not me, to my wife.
Okay, he's like... No, but it's like, that's what I meant. It's like you take shortcuts now, you're going to pay later. And this is coming from experience. By the way, to people who like to point out, and they're like, he's an imperfect guy. Shocker. I am. And I embrace that. You know what I mean? Like it's not because I'm like the left where I'm like, and you have to accept it and it's okay. I embrace that I'm imperfect, and I try to tell people to try to warn them, which is the difference. We got to get away from this shameless culture. Have your own shame, but then give it to God. Find redemption and turn it into wisdom. You know what I mean? Make mistakes and learn, get knowledge, get wisdom, seek understanding, Proverbs says. It doesn't mean you have to be a square and you got to go on podcasts and, wear a suit and pretend like you're better than everyone when, you're and it's like, hey, people know that, you have your subscription to Grindr and your twinks.com and shit. And it's always these guys, right? These are conservative politicians that are the ones.
Yeah, twinks.
They love the Twinks. It's true, right? They even made a snack so they can feel at home all the time called the Twink Eats. It's the same shape too, It's got cream in the middle. They love that shit. So no, but I meant like appearances are not what it is, and it's always the guy. Whenever you see the pedophile ring or the big rape circle, those are the guys that you always find out. But you always find out later that we're always the best guys, even Epstein or whatever, and you never find out anything about them. But then it's always the what's his name? Who's the guy from Rumble?
I saw that guy from Subway. I said, that dude's a pervert.
Yeah. He's always trying to get footlongs in his mouth. It's like, dude, who knew it was 1 inches that he liked the best?
Jared.
He liked the 1 inch
I lost
subs.
all kinds of weight eating that Subway.
Yeah. I love meat. You're like, well, we know that shit, bro. No, it's,
He was banging all them fat kids.
yeah.
What? He was banging a bunch
His
of
fat kids,
girls.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're trying to lose weight. They was bringing him over to his, I forget.
Hotel or something.
Yeah, his hotel is meeting all these kids and he's banging the fat kids.
That's crazy, dude. He's in the
That
fat
dude
ones
is going to
too.
burn in hell for eternity.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but it's always those guys where it's like, oh yeah, it's Russell Brand. It's like it's always. This is what you got to know about the media and about things. if something's ever coming out a hit on someone from the media, okay, like Russell Brand is a good local example. I always say the person that benefited the most from Israel's war was Russell Brand, because he was everything in the news for a week, and then Israel's like, let's bomb Gaza, and then Russell's like, thank you, God. He was out of the news quick, right?
Yeah.
And people are trying to bring this back up because he was on stage with Tucker and he prayed, and that bitch from Breaking Points, she was like, you know, I mean, just serious, right?
Yeah.
And not all women are bitches, but many are, you know? So I'm just saying, I'm not against all women. Most, but not all. But no, I'm just kidding. But but she's like, she comes out, she's like, you know, is anyone going to forget that he's, you know, visibly been accused of rape? And it's like, no, I didn't forget about that. I'm sure you're a woman, you don't forget that or anything. But at the same time, you know, a lot of us do this thing called moving on. And also, you know, we're waiting for the court, you know, if the court of law wants to put him on trial, even then I'm suspicious now after everything we've seen.
Right.
But it's like the Me Too stuff, all stuff is very real. And also people know that just because girls come out and say things that are true doesn't mean that the way that they frame them is reality. You know what I mean? Like if you had sex with your wife, the only difference between that and rape is the fact that if, you know, a piece of paper, let's say for your wedding, if you look at it in a contractual thing, or if she just said that it wasn't. And so it's like, but it matters. The details of the case matter. Yeah. And so what you noticed with that case was like, what I noticed, and I think we all noticed today, when did the case come out against Russell Brand? It was when he started challenging the global world order. It's when he started speaking the truth. And the same thing goes with Andrew Tate, which is why I saw someone today, it's a friend, who was like, everyone's saying it's just the world setting him up. Look, I had his lawyer on, and I even asked him bluntly to his face, will the Tates admit publicly that the things they've done were unethical and wrong morally and religiously before God, despite maybe not being illegal? Which is, why can't people understand? Maybe they did do terrible ethical things.
Well,
but that doesn't mean that they
did.
Yeah, but that and I don't doubt that. That doesn't mean that that you know. I mean, there's rape categories of porn and stuff where people like pretend to get raped. So I don't know what happened there. It's under investigation. But my point is, I don't jump to conclusions.
Right.
But I noticed that when did it all start coming out against him was when he started speaking to young men and telling them to be men. And they had these investigations going on for years, and then they moved on them when his clout rose and he started affecting young boys in the West. Then, you know, if you're raping young boys, that's fine. You get a job as, you know, representing Subway. But if you want to influence them for better, people change. And that doesn't mean that everything that Andrew Tate and Tristan did beforehand is justified. But there's a thing called redemption where sometimes terrible things lead you down the right path. And I think that we've lost that. And that's why I hate the right. I'm not, fuck the Republican Party and all these people. They're a bunch of like self-righteous pricks, you know? I like the people who have their hands a little dirty, who've made mistakes, who had problems and learned from them, because at least those people, I know they're speaking from experience.
Right.
And people really can be redeemed. Don't deny God. They always like, oh, we love Jesus. What about the redemption of Christ? What about the genuine transformation of heart? What about, you know, God turning evil for his good? What about the fact that we're all lost, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, Romans 3:23, you know? And it's like, but we are renewed in Christ. Old things have passed away. And so you see all these Christians judging Russell Brand because of something someone said happened 10 years ago. Meanwhile, like, so you don't really believe in Jesus. He's just a prop. And, you know, you don't really think that he could change his life. You think he's faking it so that you'll forget about this stuff and realizing that sometimes brokenness and leads to repentance, the Bible says. You know, a repentant, a contrite heart. Sometimes it takes bad shit in your life for you to realize, I can't do this on my own, and I need Jesus. That doesn't mean you're going to start speaking all pretty. You know, it's like a used car. Even if you renew a used car, it doesn't make the parts new. You know, even if you restore something that's old, it still might have the markings. You can get the rust off of metal, but it still might have a little bit of scuffs here and there, because why? Sometimes scars persist. And so I think now what we encourage people is not to just be loyal to republicanism or conservatism. These things are dead. They're ideas that have no value. They have no ethos, right? They're just liberalism. We have to encourage particularly young men to seek God. And what I mean by seek God is not to then, you know, don't drink, don't smoke, and don't go with those who do, because then you can't hang around any of us. But
don't chop your dick off.
Yeah, no, but I meant like, no, don't stop being a man.
Right.
You know, you know, don't cosplay being a Christian. What you need to do is start, working on the root sin in your heart. Are you dealing with lust? Good, you're a man. Don't pretend like you aren't. You know what I mean? You see hot chicks and you're still turned on, you're going to be rare in 10 years. You know, as a guy that still get turned on by women, you know, like, this is good for you. I'm going to be happy if my son's like, Dad, I've been struggling with looking at hot chicks and I don't know what to do. It's like, thank God, son. Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to know.
That shit is involuntary. You can't control that shit.
No, but we need to stop feminizing Christianity, you know, where the greatest thing a Christian can be today is, you know, wearing skinny jeans and you know, singing la songs. Yeah. And I look like this and sound like this. So this is fucked up if I'm the one pointing this out. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Sound
that damn
Fucking
money from Russia,
Putin's
yeah.
puppet and shit.
Yeah, Putin's paying me to push Christ. Next thing I was going to say,
He banned homosexuality, did he?
public displays,
Public
which should be
displays.
banned here, by the way.
So he's not breaking down people's doors in while they having intercourse. Hey, I caught you.
But you act like a British cigarette, but you ain't in the pack. You know what I mean? It's you act like that, you're getting arrested, which it should be.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm saying is, in the end, I think what we need to do is encourage men to acknowledge where they're at, come before God, and ask God to make them masculine again. What I mean by that is not like, just grow a mustache and smoke a cigar, which are good ideas, but like I did, take the piercings out, stop dyeing your hair, stop being weird.
You used to
know?
dye your hair?
Bleached blonde. Yeah, it was bleached blonde for a long time, and I have tattoos. My whole body's covered. Don't get
Yeah.
any more tattoos. I think I'm gonna get them removed. Start going to the gym. Go get married. Have children.
What
leadership.
kind of tattoos you got?
Swastikas. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's like I just like go into it. No. I have like the whole side's like like all up here and all of
okay.
my legs, and I have tattoos
Why you don't
everywhere.
like 'em?
Yeah.
You don't want them anymore?
No, I just don't think I don't think that anyone gets tattoos when they're in a healthy mental place or a spiritually sound place with God. I don't think there's any need to alter the exterior of your body with markings when God made you wholesome the way you are.
That's why I ain't got no tattoos, man.
God made you perfect, right?
I'm perfect.
I'm sure. Can I talk to your wife?
She's got plenty of tattoos. She's going straight to hell.
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
So you go burn in hell for them tattoos.
Bro, I want to know stuff you did like 2007, bro. You talk to wives, man. You're like, shit, he did that? You like, don't even remember, right? Don't remember who you were. So you don't have tattoos, but bro, those markers, she can read all your skin from a mile away, man. Like those women, man. All I was going to say is that. And also, one of the biggest things people don't talk about, everyone talks about weddings and getting married or not getting married, is like, what about working on the quality of your relationship? Yeah. Working on the dynamics. Guys, that's a real big thing. It's not, if you're in a shitty place in your marriage, that's totally understandable. If you've been married for longer than 5 years and you haven't had a shitty time in your marriage, you probably weren't married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Because, I mean, and people say, oh, no, it's not going to be me. Bro, you never had times in your life where you hate yourself? Like, come on, bro.
How long was you married? 27 years?
Since 2000. Yeah. Oh, not that, but yeah.
Bro, I was like just born around that time. That's crazy.
Fuck.
Dude.
What year were you born?
No, I was born in 93, but I was like, I was like probably still wetting
Dude,
my
I'm
bed.
ancient compared to you. I'm going to be 50 this year.
Really?
Yeah, this month. Yeah.
Black really don't crack, do it.
Yeah, I don't, man. But it's
That's
going to fall off a
crazy.
damn
Do you guys
cliff.
drink alcohol?
No, I don't drink at all.
You drink
Every
a
once in a while,
little
my brother.
It's like,
don't
it's like
drink.
not at all. I mean,
bit. I
except
don't
when there's
smoke,
cocaine.
don't drink.
Don't do any cigars? So it's not black don't crack. It's just not abusing your body pays off.
Yeah, because I've seen plenty of Negroes at 30 look like shit.
Yeah, and then they
Like
come
they
out as
85.
gay to like be cool. That's always the
Yeah.
rapper. Like, I'm gay now. You're like, bro, the whole industry is. Shut the fuck. Like it was come on.
Yeah, dude, when I was trying to be in Hollywood, I had all these interviews at production companies. Everybody's gay.
Yeah, everybody's gay. Man.
Everybody's gay. The women's gay, the dude's gay, the cat's gay. Everybody's gay. I'm like, everybody's gay in Hollywood.
Dude, we gotta
What the hell
ship
is
the
going
gay
on?
cats to Ohio. Get rid of those, dude. We gotta fix the problem at the smallest organism. Start at the cats, see what happens. No, dude, I'm from LA. I moved to Texas from Hollywood. It's like where I'm from. It's where I moved my wife to. Yeah,
Only queers and steers come from Texas.
it's true though. But I mean this in a genuine.
Yeah.
Introspective journey. It's not like I've intentionally tried to become a different person. It's just that, sometimes you need to make mistakes. You need to go down bad paths to learn to become who you want to be, because there's a lot of people telling you who you should be, what you should do, and there's a lot of people listening to this. People just try to act today like they're not lost, because we live in the social media appearance age where the biggest
Who you
thing.
tell them? I'm black.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know exactly
everybody
what you're
knows.
talking
But I'm saying, but what everyone's the most afraid of today is what it used to be in the '90s. The number one fear. It's a famous Seinfeld joke. But it's true. The number one fear is speaking in front of people. The number two fear is dying. So people would rather be in the casket than speaking at the funeral, right? That was his famous joke. But now the biggest thing people are afraid of is being canceled. Okay, and what does canceling mean? It means like being exposed for something that you're not proud of that you've done or said. And I think once you've been like canceled more times than my son can count, when he's pretty young, so it's not that high, but been canceled enough times by people or attempted, and you've survived them all, You know, I don't say that in a prideful way or anything. It's like, you know, I've had real people try to destroy me, like make sure that I cannot make a living. You know what I mean? Like try to destroy family relationships, try to do like really things that some people that I've even thwarted, you know, that were trying things, illegal things that I've, you know, won legal battles against, who were trying things that, you know, were jeopardizing my safety, my family's safety. You know, and these are really wicked people who I don't even retaliate against, and I don't bring up their names. But I pray for them now. And
I don't. I hope they go to hell.
Well, yeah, they're going to hell anyway, so I don't need to hope. You know what I mean? I just sit there and smile. No, but what I meant is it's true, and I mean this genuinely. I'm at a point in my life, and I want to remind people, I am grateful to have gone through things that people are their biggest fears. Not that it makes me anything great. It doesn't make me anything. In fact, it's humbling. But it's like, it's great because once you get over those fears, you go, oh, that wasn't so bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like the kid who's afraid of speaking in front of someone, and eventually they figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, well, what else are you going to do to me? Like, you said as much as you could about me. You've smeared me as much as you can. You've lied about me as much as you can. You've done everything you can to destroy my career, my friendships, my relationships. What else are you going to do? Fuck you. Yeah. I'm going to do me. And once you have that freedom of just like, that's why Russell Brand feels free. They don't get it. It's not because of Christianity per se. It was that once things came against him, or even with Tucker or whatever. Remember his famous tweet, "The bitches set me up." Remember that one? I want to know what that was about. I know what it's about, but I wanted to say it publicly. No, but I love these guys. But I mean, like, even Trump. Once you try to kill someone, once you try to take someone down, when you survive that shit, you become stronger, and you become less affected by the bullshit. And so you just don't care anymore. And it's not like a fake thing, like, oh, you know, I don't care, you know, but it affects you at night. You literally just stop thinking about it. And peace has returned to my life. I'm at peace now, which is great.
So did you recently find God, or was this?
No. So I've gone back and forth, but I'm finding God. When I'm not finding God, I'm finding discipline now. Mm-hmm. Which I think people think, what does that mean to find God? It's obedience. You know, and I'm not preaching perfection, and I'm not saying that I'm a good example. I'm not even asking anyone to look at me as an example.
I think you're a great example.
it's like, yeah.
You're the Christian I want to be.
Yeah, I was like, geez. I have a very potty mouth. It's a very bad. I have a very dark sense of humor, which if people don't understand, they'll think I'm like, you know, racist, which is true, but also half of it's a joke. Half of it's true. Half of it's true.
Yeah, my mom was one of those Christians. She'd cut you out in a heartbeat.
Exactly. No, but no, my bullshit meter is very low. You know what I mean? I don't have a high threshold for that. But what I was saying is that, like, what I'm learning now is it doesn't matter, man, what's going on in Republicans in politics. Like, if I can't not crank that hog, you know, the first time you see a hot chick on Instagram, if you don't have like control over your own dick, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? No, but I mean, if you can't even control your own urges,
still squeeze off one end, huh?
No, what I mean is I'm speaking to the majority of people here in terms of like what's the majority of people struggling with right now. If they're guys, it's probably porn. And maybe a combination of some sort of substance abuse or something.
See, I can balance both, you know. I can balance my conservatism with my porn. You know?
Listen.
They go hand in hand.
Listen, but you know, and listen, and I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes here. What I'm trying to say is, here's my point: is you don't want to let anything be out of control in your life, and you got to know where you're at with God, and you got to understand it. And I think everyone's kind of a pussy who claims to be a Christian, where they're not letting men be men. And it's like, dude, it's really not that big end of the world if some guy's struggling with, you know, if he wants to stop quitting porn and he wants to, like, you know, commit himself to God. Because remember, the porn's messing a lot of these guys up. They're not getting married.
Porn's making me strong. Shut the fuck up. He's telling you to be more Muslim.
I'm naked they had me take off my pants before I got on the show. This is weird. Okay, there's another camera underneath. It's true, man.
I don't have a sex. I'm just fucking around.
No, I don't. I think, this is the part about being a guy that I'm saying. Yeah. It's not about the mustache and the beard. It's like your guy can be fucking around talking about, you know, like people used to make pedophile jokes and, you know, all these kind of racist jokes and all these things, and that's what it was. It was a joke, right?
Right.
You weren't like actually like, dude, don't say that, because you weren't thinking your friend's a pedophile. You weren't thinking your friend is like genuinely like most racist jokes would go between friends who were of a different skin color. Like that's the funniest shit. You know what I mean? Like me and my friends in high school, I dressed up as a ghost of Christmas Past, which was a KKK outfit with a party hat underneath. He dressed up as a coal miner with a chain. He was black with soot on, and I carried him around because he was like following the partying lifestyle. Then we got suspended, but you know, it was funny because it was funny. You know what I mean? Like we were friends, and it was like that's what we used to come from. But we've gotten soft, and I'm saying as men, you don't want to be soft and stop being a man, but you do have to realize. I'm saying as a man, all the bullshit you see on the internet, like suffer in silence and this and that. No, bro, God you're over women and women are over children, so you're automatically over children as well, right? But women are there to nurture and to care for. You're not a great nurturer, dude. I'm sorry, bro. You're not a great nurturer. And I hate the girl. I hate what Pearl says, which I love. Pearl, like, men are better single parents than women. Yes, but you know what's better than single parents? Dual parents. A woman, when she's protected and provided for, those two things, she unlocks a level of nurturing that you'll never be able to compete with.
Have you noticed how like women that don't have a man and they behave like men and they got great jobs, CEOs, and they have all this authority and power, and she's very successful. They're
fucking alone.
They're the most unhappy people in the world.
And they're always on SSRIs.
Yeah.
They're all on pills, bro.
Yep.
Well, because women don't understand. And do you know why they seek careers? They're seeking to be under someone's authority. Like, I don't need no man. I just need a Jew to run my life. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, Goldman Sachs. You
That's
know
what
I mean?
I need a good Jew to run my life.
Yeah, me too, actually. If you want to sponsor my show.
I'm going to get with Ben Shapiro so I'm going to get a couple of them packages.
I'm going to start selling
I'm going to start selling
matzo
from my
boxes.
website.
I should I'll sell matzo boxes, honestly, at this point where I'm at in my career. I'll sell matzo boxes. No, but
What the fuck comes in that box?
genocide. No, but it's
Genocide in the box.
but I'll summarize it here because I know we're going long here, but I mean this in a real thing.
Yeah, we got to cut
like,
this show
Yeah.
because we're going to get fucking banned.
yeah, but what I mean by all this stuff about really caring is like, everyone's got their own depictions on, well, men are this and that. Really think, man. Use your mind. Use what God gave you and realize the same thing. The best system is God's system. You want to be over a woman, but here's the thing what men forget and the Christian church forgets. It's like, well, you got to take your family to church because it's good for your family. And you got to take, work on your marriage because of your wife and stuff. Look, you got married because you wanted pussy, okay? All right? That's why, that's really why you got married, okay? Let's be honest here.
Wanted pussy at the house.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out and look for my pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
I want some pussy inside the house.
I need it here, okay? And the woman wants the relationship, and then you find a middle ground, and everyone's like, no, it's not true. No, this is true. And then, of course, you have kids, which is a really cool thing because you're like, oh, this is like actually really cool. I'm really glad I had offspring. As a man, you see your destiny go down right into like your genes pass on. It's an ethereal experience. But a lot of times, nobody, the church, the red pill, nobody's talking about how to get that support you need as a man while being in God's system. Because the red pill, and I like a lot of these guys, Myron and stuff, is like how to get what you want and need as a man, but it's kind of excluding God and also excluding looking out for the family. But what about bringing in the family, God, and what about what's good for you? And everyone forgets that like we're not alone. God gave us himself. He's supposed to be over you directly. He's supposed to be, you go direct to the source. You're a guy and you don't like bullshit. You don't like religion and bullshit and pastors. Good. Go to the source. You got the source right there, bro. You got your Bible. You got God. You can lead your own family. You don't like that gay shit they're doing on Sunday. You don't want those bagels or whatever. It's still too close to being a controlled op. They start with the bagels and all of a sudden they want to control your speech. And I like bagels, you know what I mean? But even their bread has something missing from it. You know what I mean? It's circumcised. They got a hole out. But
got a hole in the bagel.
But what I meant is as men, it's about truly seeking God. And that's not going to look like what your church wants you to look like. That's not going to look prim and proper. You've got to fucking maybe kill some people in your life. You've got to do some hard things. You got to, hustle to get ahead. You got to get around. Sometimes you're going to make some compromises.
You got to go kill some people.
You might. No, I'm just saying, it's like guys who are like, oh, well, I don't want to own a gun. Like, it's like, no, bro, if somebody comes in your house, fucking kill that motherfucker. It's like, you got to be a man. You got to be prepared for violence, but still be controlled. And all I was going to say with men is like, get back to seeking God, right? Everyone's like, I'm going to get back to church. No, go back to seeking God. Get up in the morning. Go talk to God, bro. Get on your knees. Talk to God. Go open up your Bible. Go start in Proverbs and Psalms. Really easy place to start. You can go from there. You can get, you can get studies. You can get accountability. You can go meet people. But be a fucking dude and let God be your God and let him, people say only God can judge me. That's a serious accusation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would rather have people judging me because they're imperfect and their judgment really means nothing. It's like, but if God's judging you, that should make you take your life seriously. Yeah. You're like a kid around the subway guy. You know what I mean? You're getting fucked. It's not good. So you
I just hope he's not black.
Yeah.
Because if he is, we all fucked.
Getting fucked by the foot long, not the 6 inch,
a lot what's going on around here. Of course God is black.
Like, he was black the whole time. That explains why nothing worked in the world. That was all the confusion. So Zeus left him everything, and then The white gods are always leaving it to the black gods. They keep messing everything up. God forgive me. I don't even know. I'm not even Catholic, but but taking the reverend seriously. That's all I'll leave it with. And be real and be honest and be transparent. And God be with Lauren Chen and the rest of those guys over there and with our whole country. This drink
Russia's got a good pension plan.
Yeah, this drink was really, really good. I don't know what it was, but it was bomb and it feels healthy. So
Yeah, some white guys put that together.
it tastes like a white guy's drink. You know what I mean? It's good shit.
Tastes good, right?
Yeah, it's like healthy. Doesn't have like 80 grams of sugar and like
Right.
3,000 milligrams of salt. So you know a black person didn't make it. You know what I mean?
RFK would approve that because it's all natural.
Yeah, they're like, you don't season your food. I'm like, we're avoiding heart disease. I like that kind of seasoning too. I just want to live. It's like an alcoholic being like, you just don't like to have fun. You're like, nah, that ain't it, brother. That ain't it.
Hey, bro, how can everybody find you?
All right, if you want to find me and follow me, you can follow me on censored.tv. I have a promo code offensive. You can sign up 20% off. You get it. But you can also find me on rumble.com, YouTube, X, Slightly Offensive, or Elijah Schaffer. I will warn you, though, my X is like borderline. I'm going to get suspended soon. You know what I mean?
That's freedom of speech.
All right, yeah. But I mean, don't follow me if you're a pussy bitch. So, I'm going to leave it there, man.
That was perfect.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate. Honestly, I really appreciated this, as I know. As I know, all of our lives are busy. But I'm glad. I'm really been happy for you guys because I follow your stuff and I liked you guys because you guys didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm glad you're not one of the cucks on our side. I'm glad because a lot of good ones fell, man. A lot of good ones. Like, oh, not that one. You know, you're like, I like that guy. So it's nice to see you guys keeping on the humor and not censoring people and having guests on, but never going one way or the other. Just keeping it straight edge, man. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.